always do that ready check, hit no if you're in Discord thing.
Yeah, there's 19.
Oh, dude,
one
this
person.
priest is beat the bronze damage proving ground. We gotta take him.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Bro, last raid I had 12 DPS. Come at me.
Yeah, like I'm an RFC champ, man. I've cleared RFC like 100 times. I killed Hogger with no flash.
I'm good. Just look at my transmog.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the stream. We're running
Deny ready
through
check if you're in
Castle,
here.
Castle tonight. Continuation from last night's stream, so
Well,
enjoy.
Wow.
It feels bad.
I know the Warlock's in here. I know Kirsch is in here.
Enjoy the
Six is in
stream,
here,
guys.
I'm in here. Other tanks in here too, Vanasti. So whoever it was,
Nasty.
whoever it was smart enough to fucking know what to do.
Oh, were we supposed to say no to that?
Yeah.
yeah.
I wasn't even paying
Well, there's
attention.
the
Alright, I
one
can
didn't answer pending a summon.
Oh, you know what? Schizo,
Yeah, the
yeah.
priest is AFK.
Schizo, he had to run to
Yeah.
the corner store. We're good to go ahead and
Okay.
start clearing this trash. So everyone is aware, we have a lot of people that weren't with us yesterday or last week. We are 7 out of 10 in here last week. We're going to push past that this week. Basic ground rules, don't be a douchebag. And keep the racism, anything like that to yourself. We don't want to hear it. If it comes up, you're going to just be booted out of the Discord and the group and banned. We are
Political,
anticipating...
homophobic slurs, all that. Yeah.
Yep. We are anticipating possibly a wipe or two on this. Took us a while to get it last week, but we're going to get it this week. So just bear with us. If you're the kind of person that we're going to wipe and you're going to instantly leave the group, just go ahead and see yourself out, make my life a little bit easier. During the fight, we will try to call out as much as we can to make life easy. Try to keep comms clear unless you're putting out something that's important. Are you streaming tonight, Pig? Or recording?
Yeah, I'm already on YouTube. Yeah.
Alright, so Pal Warpig is live on YouTube. Just keep that in mind, and I am combat logging, so there will be logs up for everyone to view. They'll be posted in Discord after the raid.
These things make me want
Thanks
to
for that.
cry.
Them logs down.
Alright, let's go ahead and start clearing this trash out. Schizo should be back. He said about 20 minutes at 8:25, so just clear it out.
Thank you both for attending. The ball would not be as grand without you.
Think nothing of it, darling. As long as the wine flows, you will have my attention.
I do not share your love for these frivolities. I prefer my gatherings on the battlefield.
Oh, don't be such a bore. If you behave, perhaps I will let you skewer a few of the wait staff.
You know the surefire way to get invited to the pug you queued for is to whisper the raid leader and go, invite me.
If it fits the chips.
So assertive, how can you say no?
I mean, he's onto something.
I usually hit him with the ASL first.
If only everything worked like that.
So,
The old aim, hot hit, pickup lines.
Yo, ASL.
what your ICQ is?
Yo, girl, you trying to give me your credit card number?
Was it, I think, Rollin, wasn't it you telling me you were trying to queue into a group on an alt, and they were like, Link ahead of the curve. Like, bitch, it's fucking the second week the raid's been out.
Gotta
No,
love it, dude.
I believe that. I've seen that before. Some of them, even the first week, they were like, link me something so I know you're not an idiot. And I'm like, I could have paid for any of these things. The expansion ended like a year ago.
Yeah, right.
Ahead of the curve is literally the worst thing to link somebody who's looking to see if you're competent. Like,
So how much did you pay for that?
yeah, legit.
Just link them your Ice Crown raids, Pipe Bill.
Link of my unarmed
Link him to
skill
my
level
Discord
400. How about
and
that?
talk to him.
There you go.
I've talked to him for many.
So we appreciate everyone coming along tonight, guys. Hear us throughout the night, talk about our community. We will post a link to it.
Don't say you appreciate it yet.
I mean, still, I have high expectations, especially for the hunters.
We do.
Don't let me down, hunters.
The fact that we've been able to basically pick up and just do this, everybody's been really chill and cool. It's been a lot of fun.
You know, I think most of the people who are at this level, like, want to play well and do well. You know. I know that sounds super obvious, but like, I haven't found too many like really shitty groups.
Hey,
Most
can we
groups
get
have
a
been pretty cool?
Can we get a closet up back in the corner of the room? Can we? Let's not do it in the middle of the floor. Let's do it somewhere else.
Yeah,
Feel
let's
it,
get
tank. Good fight.
that one.
Yeah, I'm here.
Good fight.
What's up?
No social skills, you know. They
Do
wanna
you
cause a
know
problem.
the fight?
Oh, so you didn't pay attention in social studies, I see.
I know the fight. Yes.
Wait, did I pay attention in social studies?
Too many people talking, so it's not.
Alright,
easy to hear you.
Yell at him.
And then I gotta figure out which one you are
I
too,
need
so I can
to
turn you
target
up.
something first.
Hey, that is Stixo.
There's a
Stixo and
cauldron back
Benassi,
in
both
the
are
back.
tank.
Oh, thank you.
Did somebody really just get a fucking BOE in here? Wow.
Sure did.
You're welcome.
Oh, that's a nice ring.
I'll trade some mastery for that versatility.
Thank you for the
nice.
cauldron. Guys, hold off on using
No
those
problem.
potions until we get our last guy in here. He is another guildie that's been raiding with us, so we're gonna hold off on a few minutes for him.
2 minutes and 20 minutes is up.
He is familiar with the fight. He was with us last week when we did this. The kill order we're going to go in is Frida to Stavros, and then we're going to go to Nick last. Talk about some basic mechanics here that we're going to do. When the dance recital portion comes up where you get linked to a partner, the most important thing is that you move. Even if you can't get to your partner right away and you have to run out of the group and circle back around, that is fine. You will probably survive. If you stand still to turn your camera and look for your partner, you're going to die. The puddles tick for 7k and they drop like every half second. If you do not move, you will die. Please do not run the puddles through the group. Again, take the extra second to run to the right and then hook around the group or run to the left. Don't just run right through ranged and melee and, you know, a tank and kill 7 people because it might tick on you. Go out of the group, look for your partner. Keep moving. No. We are, again, going to kill Frida first, so we don't have to worry about interrupts. Then we are killing Stavros, so we no longer have to do dance recital. And then we are killing Nick.
What does that put you in phase 3? I've never killed Nick last.
We get a big ad that comes down that punches a fucking hole in the tanks, but we can just burn it. It's not a big deal. That we have the damage. We had the damage last week, and we were all far lower item level. So we're gonna have the damage to get through it. The big thing with this is just communication, people listening, and getting the mechanics down. It's gonna we're gonna wipe once or twice. It just is what it is. People have got to focus up, got to swap the ads when ads come out. They've got to have the right ad priority. I'm just gonna throw it out there right now for the DKs. We have 5 DKs in this group. 4 of them are DPS. I have very high expectations that when the little fucking servants come out, they get pulled into the group. There's 4 of you. There's no reason that we are chasing ads around the room. Shit happens. 2 of you death grip the same one. I get it. We might have to go out and kill 1 or 2, but there's 4 or 5 of them that pop up. We should not be running around the room killing 4 or 5 of them. They should be ripped into the melee and cleaved. Other than that, I mean, we're just gonna have to see the fight. There's a lot going on to explain. Oh Awesome. Is there anybody, honestly, you're not going to get booted from the group that has never done this fight before? I don't care if you've killed it, but has anybody never seen this before?
It's my first one.
I haven't done it.
Okay.
Not done it.
Healers, this is a heal-intensive fight. If you thought Lady Darkfane was bad, this is fucking out of that world. This is honestly probably the hardest fight in this raid.
Pace yourself.
AoE heals
This is
are
a marathon
huge.
fight for you.
Yes, AoE heals are huge. Actually, getting on the topic of heals, we are stacking. Ranged should be near melee, not stacked on top of them, but should be very close to them. That way, healers can drop AoE heals and heal everybody. There is a mechanic during this fight where we are going to take a stacking debuff that ticks on us, a dot, and it stacks. And the only way to get rid of it is to get one of the bosses to 50% health or to kill a boss. Other than that, we just take a fuckload of damage, and it gets up to like 26 or 2700 damage a second, raid wide on everybody, unavoidable damage. So it gets pretty crazy. So it is a DPS race, and it is also a heal check. Healers are going to be working their asses off. Don't make it harder on them by being the guy that's standing out by yourself, making them have to heal you specifically. We have shit. What do we have tonight? Yeah, we have 2 shamans and 2 druids. We have massive AoE heals as long as we're all stacked that can almost negate the dot. So don't make their life difficult because you don't want to stack with the group. We will call dance recital, get ready to spread. We'll spread apart just a little bit, and as soon as that phase is over, stack back up. So we're gonna see this fight. I was hoping Schizo would get back. It's completely off, so we're gonna replace him.
Oh, he's right here.
Schizo?
Oh no, you took him out of the raid. I was
Yeah,
like,
he didn't get here. He's offline now.
is he a healer?
No, he was our Shadow Priest DPS. He's been raiding with us for the past week, but can't keep holding the raid up 20 minutes over.
Work there, I assume. K-Pops, you live tonight too?
Yes, sir.
Word.
Yes, the bosses do go to full health when one dies. This is not a cleave fight. Don't worry. Other than the ads, don't worry about cleaving. The bosses instantly heal.
Dude's name is Rectum.
Barely knew her.
Damn.
Alright, we will make corrections as we go. This fight is really hard to explain without people seeing it, so we're just going to pull a couple times, we'll point some stuff out, and we'll go from there. So let's get a ready check out. Tanks, do you know who's taking who?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Any melee that haven't seen this fight, Stavros does a lunge. Don't stand in front of him. You have to stand on the sides of him.
Or behind it.
Yeah.
Don't be behind him either.
We are killing Frida first,
I love it.
then we are killing Stavros, then last is Nick.
Nasty. I like it.
Frida.
Shit. Wow, that is.
Gets-
I'll reply to him after.
How dare you invade my party in such dreadful attire? Beware.
Alright, dude then has to die. He puts a shield on the boss that can't be broken unless we kill him. Great damage. Spread for Dark Recital. You get it on, you move.
Start moving, start moving.
Beware.
You want to run alongside your partner, not in front of them. If you run in front of them, they eat all your damage. Good job, guys.
Like a sandwich.
I think we got a spot.
Yep. I'll grab Frida in a second, just hold.
Sorry.
Beware.
Alright, we're about to go into Dance Dance Revolution phase. You have to look for the giant spotlight on the ground that you need to run to. And we will go through a dance phase. You get a haste buff if you do it right. Alright, look for the spotlight and run to it.
Your places.
Take a ton of damage if you don't do it right.
Yes.
Shimmy right. Prance forward. Boogie down.
I'm sorry I didn't bring it up. We are going to lust in the final phase. I'll call for it when we're ready. Alright, to the front of the room. After the fourth movement, the bosses come back down. You can just go straight to the front.
3, 2,
Attendant.
1.
Kill that bit. Kill the attendant. Bring it in nice and tight, guys. There we go.
4, 3, 2,
Beware.
1.
Everyone,
Can you keep those
Spread.
enemies up on Frida, please? Move, move, move.
Tank swap.
Alright.
Very well done, guys.
Ain't even sweating the damage on this right now, dude. This is
beware.
super easy.
Gonna drop man inside.
4, 3.
Alright, when this
2,
boss dies,
1.
we're not going to get another dance revolution. We're just going to go straight to the next boss, which is going to be Stavros. Melee, do not stand in front of him.
Switch on kill.
Kill the dude in full attendant.
Be beneath me.
We are going to Stavros, not Nick.
Hold on 1 second. I got 2 seconds on top.
Alright, Death Knight, start pulling those little waiters in. Good pulls. There's going to be 2 more coming from the back of the room.
Everyone, find your partner. Beware. Everyone to the
Got range one in the back. You can't take it out.
Range, get that one in the back and back on the ball. Alright, these guys that came down, they move in the 2x2 square grid they're on. So as long as you slide out of that, you're good. Attendant's coming.
Watch out, man. You're gonna get stunned trying to hit it. There you go.
Alright, Dot's ramping up. Use a cooldown if you have to. Once we get this guy to 50%, it's going to go away.
Push this guy. Push him. This guy's
Pull those waiters in.
Just a couple on the side.
beware.
Alright, we're going to phase. Get to your position. Ranged, kill these waiters. Melee has to go to their spots.
Everyone, take your position. It is time for the
Noise in the back.
Macabre.
They'll come back into this phase.
When they come melee, go straight to the boss. Ranged, kill those waiters.
Sashay left. Boogie down. Sashay left.
To the front of the room.
Your steps was simply
Range, get those waiters down.
Pity you have
4,
to die
3,
now.
2, 4, 1, 3, 2, 1. 4,
Attendant's gonna be coming in.
Beware.
Get moving.
Beware.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Just slide away from those guys. That's all you gotta do.
Swap.
Alright. Swap. I'm down. Tank's
tank
down.
up.
Picking up, pick him up.
Got it. I got Nick.
This fight gets a lot easier after we kill this guy. Can we get Ominous up or no?
I don't know.
Ominous is big
Burn.
DPS. Get him up if we can. Burn this boss. Attendant's coming in. Switch to the attendant and kill him, and then kill the boss.
And I need to swap, yeah. Hold on, careful. I'm gonna keep him this way because we got attendant.
Alright.
Just burn him, burn him, burn him, burn him.
All on Nicholas. We no longer have to spread. Stack up. Everybody stack up.
Some waiters are killing.
Alright, we're gonna get a giant add savior cooldowns.
Get those waiters in.
Waiters.
I'm gonna take the boss.
The priority
Right,
will...
no stacks.
There it is.
Alright, that big ad. Kill that big ad. Everybody on him. He is priority. Rip those waiters in if you can. It's big ad, then attendant, then waiter. And we get the tank up. How long on B-res?
I have 3 minutes on mine.
I got 3 minutes.
Fuck. Pull those waiters in. Get good practice at this.
Incoming attendant.
Burn the attendant. Good job. Stack up, guys. Don't get sloppy just because we have a tank
You
down.
lost.
Wanna hang it, son? Yeah, I lost.
Big heals on 6.
Pop your own heals if you have to. That big ad down, we can push to 50% phase. Good job, guys.
Attendants in the group.
Kill the attendant.
Big heals. There you go.
Alright, we got a phase to get this dot off us.
I got a phase to get these stacks.
Yeah, it's the dot. That's the dot.
No, I have stacks from the boss.
Oh, alright.
I'm at 10.
phasing. Get to your spots. Guys, we still may be able to push this if we burn hard.
I believe.
B-res should be up pretty quick.
Boogie down.
I want everyone stacked together.
Gotta keep true
Get
at
on
1 minute.
Get on square. Get on square. Stack on square.
Kill the attendant, please.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Stack.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Kill that big ad.
Take gargoyle down as best you can.
Blow your cooldowns, whatever you got.
6.
Noble sacrifice, big.
It's all good, man. It's alright. I should have taunted him.
Where's the attendant at? Kill that
You get the
attendant.
nasty up, you guys got this.
Yeah, if you guys get a res.
You true up, that's it.
Attendant.
Attendant.
Yeah, 'cause that's 6 stacks right there.
How long on that B-res?
Got it.
Oh,
Nice.
take him.
I got it.
Big heals on nasty.
I have 30 seconds until my
The gargoyle's gonna hit like a
Get
truck.
gargoyle. Get gargoyle.
I'm popping
Kill
really
that
quick.
bitch. Big heals,
Remember
big
your
heals. Low
trinkets?
cooldowns.
Yeah. Booger hook those ads closer. Attendants
Okay.
next. Just focus me.
Yep. Kill that attendant.
Yeah, just get attendant.
Kill this ad and get our. Or
Alright.
kill this boss and get our loot. Fucking
Those ads
A,
can
guys.
CC. You can CC them. Fear them. Attendant coming in. Burn it.
Attendant.
Can't happen.
I'm gonna tank swap here in 4 seconds. 3 seconds.
Attendant's gotta die.
Gotta get the attendant. We can't kill the bots without attendant.
Get the
down.
attendant.
All right.
Kill the
burn
boss.
bots.
Boss.
Ignore the gargoyle. Just kill the boss. Kill the boss. Kill
Lock
the boss.
rocks.
60k.
Damn.
20k.
0.4, 0.3. Yes.
Come on.
Great job, guys.
Holy
Mass
shit.
res, please. Yo,
What
Rex,
shot?
mass res.
Watch them scatter.
Fucking A, guys. Great
Sickens me
job.
how far.
You
I
earned
am
that
also
blood.
hot. Well,
Thought
not
I was
us.
gonna have it, Rex.
Nuts.
Oh, fuck.
Whose toes were curling up, man?
Hi, that
Jesus.
was fun.
I was holding my breath.
This fight, honestly, as much as we wiped on it the first weekend we were doing it, I still enjoyed it. I was like, this
It
is
was
a really well done
fun.
fight. I got a Christmas hat up for trade.
Hey, you don't need that neck.
I got a winter hat. Hell yeah.
come help you guys for a couple more bosses.
Oh
but
fuck,
I'm going
dude!
to get my
Hell
legendary
yeah, on that
first.
neck.
Wait, what are we rolling on?
Fuck me,
Oh,
dude.
the one. All right.
That neck.
Yes, assimilation
Yeah.
rolls.
Bring it
Anybody
over
beat
here.
6? No, I
I,
win.
I rolled a fucking 8.
Oh, you got 86.
86.
So sad.
I will be looking at logs later to see who.
Give the neck to Vanaslin that I won.
After all my teachings, Renaissance,
Way bigger upgrade for him than it is for me.
On your station. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Such disappointment.
Whoever has the neck, True Blue won and give it to
We were
Vanaslin.
enough to dispatch so many of your underlings, Master.
You guys want to talk council?
You left considerable
Sure did.
detritus in your wake.
Aye.
If you're so
I mean,
fond
it
of
was sloppy.
wreckage, my lumbering friend
I don't know
here
if it
will
was
happily
super
oblige.
sloppy.
Actually, it wasn't. I felt
sloppy
very in
about
control.
it.
Raucous, noble.
Troll disaster. It was great. It was fine.
What happened to Nasty? Was it just not enough heals, or
He got full fucked in seconds.
I
Like,
think you got dashed through, yeah?
Yeah, I got dashed by
Yeah.
let's see, damage taken.
I can't take it because I'm locked. I already did that boss.
Rip. I'll take it.
this fight's gonna be fun. We'll see. This'll. Have you done this one, Nasty?
No, I haven't done this one.
Oh, this
First one
shit's
too.
gonna definitely test your level of
Hold on.
squishiness.
Whoa.
And never. Hang on. 6.
I make all my stuff up now. Alright, Vanasty, do you know this fight?
No.
I'm gonna have.
Time.
I want you to tank it. Oh shit. I guess I can try and tank.
I can learn it pretty quickly.
Do we
It
just-
takes
is
a
it
while.
All you
DPS?
gotta do is
Skins. I'm sending you an invite.
one tank fight. What's the name of it? So we have to stand next to each other because we both get hit with his melee. But he's gonna put a collapsing foundation on you, and you have to run behind a pillar and LOS him, and he'll run into the pillar. If he doesn't hit a pillar or he hits the wall, we're screwed. That's pretty much all we have to worry about. Tank him where he is, so when he does a slam, it doesn't pop a pillar. And then when he puts the mark on you, run behind a pillar. That's it.
Give me 1 second. Making
If
Yeah,
you miss the
sounds
pillar, it
good.
wipes the party.
You
Okay,
being a
so
demon
I'll
hunter,
pretty much just, yeah, LOS and
Okay.
yeah, I get it.
you get a lot of time, so you'll be able to react to it. He's just
Yeah,
gonna be
sure.
tanked
You
from
can-
pillar.
Yeah, that's
You-
fine. Tank him where he is. LOS, run him back. Tank him where he is again. As soon as
Yep.
he drops one pillar. Alright. yeah,
Can you mark
sounds pretty
tanks,
straightforward.
please, so we can stand on top of each other? Alright, I have assists. There we go.
If you're able to do, if you have to do DPS, Nasty, or no?
I mean, yeah, I can always do DPS.
All right.
No,
If it gets like,
switches
if
off,
it's, if we're
he's gonna
having,
die.
Shush. If it's getting rough, like, and we're having too much of an issue, I can take your spot as a tank, so you can DPS, and I'll do it with True, and you can see.
Yeah, I mean, if I can do
It's
council
wicked
and the
easy,
other
though.
ones, I think I can. This one sounds a lot
Yeah.
easier.
It is super easy. It's
Yeah,
mostly just the
right.
movement gets like because of the drops in the room.
Gotcha.
So we're gonna have a discussion for range now. Ranged will be stacking on blue. During this fight, he is going to do an ability that will drop puddles on the ground. Get. All right. Falling rubble, when that happens, it's going to create a circle on the ground, and it drops Stonequake. Stonequake's this giant brown circle that hurts when we walk through. It hurts. It doesn't kill you instantly. You can walk through it if you have to. Remember that later in the fight. We are going to stack to negate that mechanic, and we're going to stack to negate the chain. Throughout the fight, he's going to chain players to each other. If you move more than 12 yards apart, you both instantly take 96,000 unavoidable damage. You can't turtle through it. You can't fucking cheese it up as a paladin. You just die, both of you. So it's very important that we fucking stay on top of each other. So ranged will stay stacked this whole fight. The room is going to get covered in this shit. I'm not going to lie to you. I may not move the best way. I may move in a way that makes it difficult for you. Just suck it up and move with the group, because what happens is when the group gets split apart, shit starts dropping everywhere, people start dying. So try to stay together. If you fuck up and have to run through the Stonequake on the ground, that's fine. Just try not to make it all the time. We will shift to stack the circles on top of each other, or next to each other as best as possible through the room. Tanks, I want Silver Pillar hit first, and then work your way around the room from there. Preferably
Which direction?
Go silver to green.
Okay.
And then come back around. Just keep it working. We will move to be with you. It's really a tank and spank.
So I'm always going to tank him where he is. Yeah.
And honestly, the easiest way to start...
That pillar. What?
Easiest way is to pull him right there and tank him right there, like near... Yeah, somewhere near
be
red.
able to move him so if you tank him around where he is now, after he hits the first pillar, we're gonna have to stay around near the first pillar.
You just want to stay 20 yards from any pillar. Is the big thing.
There's gonna be shit all over the ground, and so it's gonna be a positioning nightmare.
Ranged, we're gonna stack there to begin with. Once the fight starts, we will move to orange, and then we will start moving as Stonequakes drop from there. When his energy bar hits 100, he will want to charge a pillar. Tanks will lead him to a pillar. He will hit it. Do not stand between him and the pillar, or he one-shots you. When he hits the pillar, he is temporarily... yes, we need to summon back those two guys, please, that we're missing. When he hits a pillar, he takes a 10-second debuff where he takes double damage. That is where you want to have your cooldowns ready to burn the shit out of him.
It's gone again.
You gotta get head from this dude. Quest, Davey.
Oh, good. Hold
Oh,
on.
he's got some really good hands and a chest for me.
Yeah, if you pop those cooldowns like that, it all lines up for the final phase with the lust.
He has a soften rage at 20% health. He gains 20% damage, 20% attack speed. So he starts punching the tanks real hard. We are gonna lust when he hits the last pillar. When he hits the fourth pillar, it's now or never. If he gets back to another enrage to smack a pillar and we don't have one, he hits the wall, we all die instantly. So we will lust probably right before he hits the last pillar to make the most out of that debuff and burn him. Spears, if you're not ready, I can replace you, man.
It's up to you guys. Did you want me to come? I just finished making the item, so I can come now if you want me to.
Yeah, if you want to. You already killed him?
Yeah, I'm done with the raid now. I just missed out on council with my guild. So, if you want to replace me, fine.
I will just for loot, dude. You know, not to be a dick to you, but with the limited loot drops in here, we'll try to get another drop out of it. I appreciate you coming along, man. I'm going to link in chat real quick our community link if you want to join. You're more than welcome to raid with us anytime. You know, if you miss a boss or something.
I'll keep the Discord. I'll keep the Discord instead of deleting it like I usually do.
Alright, man. Take it easy. Good job earlier.
And after my own heart, delete them as soon as you leave them.
Alright, so we're
I mean,
gonna
if
pick
you
up.
didn't, you'd have like 40 Discord servers.
You don't even want to see mine.
It's
I mean, he
bad.
probably already deleted it, but
I got folders of Discord.
Clicky, clicky, Random needs to get here. Because
What?
he's going to give me
No, I
whatever
don't.
loot.
I'm standing right here, you jackass.
Why does it say you're out of the thing?
I'm out of range of you because I'm like 30 yards from you. I'm from the front of the room.
What is scrub? Hey Raylan, come look at my pretty helmet I got today.
Okay, I think I'm back.
We got the same helmet at the same time.
Shut up and look at it.
Tell me I'm pretty.
You so pretty.
You got a pretty mouth.
No. I hate that.
Trying to pick up a ranged DPS here. This fight's way easier with ranged DPS.
Everything is way easier with ranged DPS.
I'm gonna stand in the back of the room and just throw a weapon the whole time.
solid ranged DPS. Thanks for flexing. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we need to get this one done, and at least the next fight has to go down tonight. It just has to.
Is there any points where you want like speed boost, like roar, shit like that?
If you see us slowing down, you can go ahead and pop it.
He boosts the tank when he's about to punch it from the feet.
we holding that lust till that last itty bitty.
I watched the world first mythics on this for like 2 days straight.
I just watched the highlight reel. It was good.
0.9% wipes over and over.
Oh, it was.
It looks awful on Mythic.
No, it was more
Absolutely
like
awful.
the 15% wipes or the 90% wipes. Those were the most common.
Enough
See,
people
like,
know.
Cataclysm
apparently
was like
also-
overtuned as shit and it felt really crappy. This feels like it's not discouraging. It feels very like tuned pretty well.
That's now. When they first started it on Heroic, I know people who did it on Heroic the first week, and it was fucking a nightmare, boss.
Alright, drop block rocks please for the people that just came. Patrick, just real simple for you. We're going to stack, we're all ranged on blue square. We are going to start to fight around the orange circle. And we will move from there. Just stay with square.
Sounds good.
We are lusting when he hits the final pillar, or right before it, I should say. Also, one thing, healers, every pillar he hits, we take a dot, and it stacks up for every pillar he hits, so we're just some raid-wide damage that goes out. It's not real bad until the last pillar, and even then, I think it's still only like maybe 1.5k or something. Just it's unavoidable.
The ads that were in this room last time.
The first boss, Shriekwing, looks kind of similar.
No, there was ads in here last time we pulled them last
It's the
week.
same place.
Can we get lock rocks, please, for those people that just came in?
Oh, this is
you,
literally
sir.
the same room?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, we're back in the same room.
I didn't notice that.
They cleaned it up. They got Shriekwing's carcass out of here and made it all pretty.
Got rid of those nasty blood puddles.
Alright, we're gonna throw
What
our
are your
faces at
markers?
this.
Kind of-
They're for the. We're gonna tank boss on red, range is stacking on circle and on blue, and we're moving him basically from silver to green.
Gonna flatten your bones.
Stack up ranged right on top of square.
Beware.
Is this it or no?
No.
Alright.
Slide right.
I got.
If you got stunned, you didn't move quick enough. It's the whole. This is basically the whole fight. Guilty. It's all good.
Beware.
I'll get caught at some point.
Trying to get that last tick on Void Torn.
Squish you.
4,
Kirsch, please stack right on square.
1.
Oh, I'm
Sir.
there.
Alright, here comes charge. Get the tank up. We're gonna.
I don't have any
maybe
cool.
wipe.
I get.
Oop, nope. Yeah.
Our tank's down.
Well, I'm up. I'm up.
Push it.
No, second tank.
I promised my revive.
Yeah, I mean we're gonna have a wipe.
No fair.
Does anyone have the little add-on thing?
Alright, everybody stand and shit and die. Just wipe it up. What's going on with tanks dying? What happened?
Alright, so what happened is he did his get the fuck away from me move, and the other tank got hit with the double hit because I didn't get back fast enough.
Remember that True Blue
You can
is
slow it down. It's okay if the boss moves, just as long as the tanks are on top of each other.
Yeah, remember True Blue is a Death Knight, so he has like no movement ability.
Do we want to use like? I mean, we have a couple druids. We have 3 druids with roars. Maybe we could use those on those. Maybe.
As long as they
Yeah.
both just run back in, they're fine. Don't use movement abilities for the tanks unless you're moving them to a pillar. It's basically the get of it.
Just a suggestion, True Blue, you can maybe run Wraith Walk. Grip of the Dead doesn't work on Sludge Fist. You don't need this 90% slow speed on for your talent.
Honestly, it's really just as easy as tanks don't use movement abilities unless they're pulling them to a pillar. They're the same movement speed then.
Hey, what's going on? How you doing tonight?
Yeah, and melee too. When you guys are moving with chains, don't be getting crazy-eyed.
Yeah, you gotta stay next to each other.
Like
just to also be clear on that colossal like scream thing that he's doing. Am I running out too with you?
Yeah, you're supposed to. Or you're gonna eat it.
Everybody runs out when he does the big smash.
All right, we're gonna run up towards the wall. I saw where you.
Sure.
All right, I just want to be clear. Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. I mean, that's the whole fight. We literally saw the whole fight. So make sure you're stacked tight up on square.
Wait for DPS for a second because he's gonna knock us back right away.
Gonna flatten your bones. Beware.
Alright, so when he roars, go left.
Job range.
We're gonna have to go right, go right, go right.
Smash.
4, 3, 2,
Alright.
1.
Range slide.
Beware.
Here's charge.
Fuck, it's on me.
Alright, what is going on with the tank?
For some reason, it's dropping threat and making me run the distance.
Beware.
I don't know why it's doing it.
He does that.
Yeah, is that common? Is there a way around it?
Yep.
Yeah, when he just has to taunt him. Or be ready, you both have to be ready to move.
You can try and do a taunt with before you finish, like when the timer's coming up for that, for him to cast. The charge.
You could also rotate who pulls, right?
He's pulling, I'm not doing anything special.
I mean, if it keeps going to the guy without movement, then have the other guy pull, and then it will go to the guy with.
He is pulling.
Yeah, I get what he's saying. He's just saying that since it's reversing on us, if we did the opposite, maybe it would work out. Let's try it again. I'll try to taunt it right before. It's just kind of weird that you broke aggro.
If not, just be ready to pop Death's Advance and run. As a side note, you can't be in between the boss and a pillar. If you are, you're gonna die. You gotta move out of the way, melee. You know, you can't be up there in the way of the boss. He's gonna one-shot you.
I mean, would it be easier for you to run? Like for me, it's easy, but if we moved it a little bit closer, maybe just on that first pillar instead of on that X.
Yeah.
His little shockwave thing, if it hits a pillar, it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yep. Don't.
Just about
We
right
shouldn't.
there.
We shouldn't have to run in and pop anything. It's once we get this down, it'd be easy. We were doing it all the other night. Let's take another shot at it. Ready, check out.
Mark this tank again, please.
Yeah, I don't have a.
Probably like DBM or something. or
Yeah, it's gonna
different stuff.
remove shit.
We need the square.
Shit.
Beware.
I'll get it up. Just get on circle.
Beware. Squish you. Beware.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Here comes charge.
Beware. Stop it, time. Beware. Stone harder than egg.
Burn, go.
Beware. Squish you.
Go around the front of this pillar and get on the side of it.
Beware.
On the side. There we go. Great job, guys.
3,
This is the fight.
2, 1.
Right over.
Beware. Stop it,
Go.
time.
Big damage here. Big damage. I want you to come to where ranged is next.
Beware. No fair.
Range, we're gonna start sliding left now.
Which pillar am I going? Front of the room or back of the room?
Back of the room.
Back of the room.
Beware.
Slide. Big heals on them tanks. Keep them up.
Big spot right behind his ass, but he's
Okay, I'm pushing him up the
Slide
line.
over.
That's good. That's
Oh.
good.
Damage.
Too much?
Stack in here tight. Tight up. As soon as he hits the next pillar, we'll slide into that giant open area, guys.
Beware.
Doing good. Good deeps.
Fuck.
Heals up, guys. Come on.
Get dunks up, please.
On it. No, not on cooldown. Can't do it.
1.
Alright, we're gonna have next charge here in a second.
Beware.
Alright,
It's
people.
on you. It's swapped. Watch out, guys. You're in the left.
Beware. Beware.
Range, stay stacked on square.
Up.
Rip.
What's up?
Beware.
You're almost to lust phase. Just hang in there, guys.
Left you down.
Yeah, that's fine.
3,
Take a full shot at it.
2, 1.
Lust. Lust now.
Beware.
Stomping time!
Try.
So a lot of people down.
Beware.
I'm gonna pull him back a little bit, so if anyone's melee, get in there.
Remember your lock rocks. Pop your trinkets and
Beware.
cooldowns.
Yeah, it's going down.
Squish you!
We got no resistance.
I'm stuck.
Alright, let's wipe it.
You flat now!
That was it. That was it. It's an easy one. We got the damage point.
Would 1, 2 pillars be easier? Like the first front pillars instead of going back to.
I think it is. I think instead of going long ways, you just go one, then you cross the room, and then.
Another
down.
thing is the way that we're stacking the
Yeah,
ranged.
Figure it out.
What are they called? The
Rubble? The
yeah.
rubble?
Rocks?
Yep.
Mhm.
If we know we're gonna be hitting the back right pillar, then we can rotate where he's currently standing with our rubble to give us more space with the other two, or with the green pillar.
Mhm.
As long as we don't pull. Well, we don't want to pull it to the pillar, anyways. So yeah, at any point we'll be able to inch forward if we need a little bit. Because, like, my range is really far, so I don't really know everyone's range. We might not be on the wall, but closer to it should help.
So we can try it. I have no objection to it, and we'll change the pillar. We'll go silver green again with the 2 front pillars. And what ranged is going to do is we'll slide down, and then we'll hook around the room.
Yeah.
And try to use as much of that floor space as we can. So guys, there at the end, like I said, I may not have chose the best way to go, and I own up to that. There's a lot going on, but when people panic and run off on their own, you kill a lot of people because people have chains. 4 of us died at the same time there, in the middle of the fight for no reason, because people were just running for the, whatever open ground they could see. And I get it. It's a natural response to shipping on the ground, and wow, we don't stand in shit. But we have to do it as a group, because when 1 or 2 people run off by themselves, it kills 4 people.
Yeah,
So-
that's
I
one
promise
thing
you
that
that
we're
your
not really.
healers are keeping you up when you're standing in shit. Like it's a progressive thing. As long as we're moving as a
Stacking-
group, the healing is easier.
Stacking really doesn't bring the mechanic of the chains into play. People don't really understand it, but if you break the chains, if you separate from your partner and you die.
I also there was a delay on when it was moving through, so I went ahead of Square and ended up killing him in the process. So taking a stun is going to be better than breaking chains.
Yep.
Even if you're gonna get stunned, still don't break off from.
Yeah.
Yep. And remember, you have 5 healers in that ranged group. They're going to save you, or you can pop a cooldown. If you know you're going to get hit by that shit falling from the ceiling, pop a cooldown. It does work. It negates it. So, whether you have a 30% cooldown or an invulnerability or a self heal, you can take that hit if you have to. And
I want to do it.
and nobody, we had to see the fight, so it's not a big deal, but that's what happened. We have to stay as a group.
Just be close enough to hold Square's hand and you'll be fine. It's great. It's easy.
That's it.
That's it. Just move. Hold hands. Don't break it, because then you die.
Yeah, Square is super good about staying out of the rubble and everything.
It's actually
Same
really
call
easy as
the
ranged.
rubble as well.
Yeah, this is not a hard fight. It's ranged. Like,
I'll try to call it. Let's see.
My logs speak differently.
don't judge us.
Yeah, right.
Don't
Alright,
judge.
range, get in position.
Beware.
Gonna flatten your bones!
Beware.
Cross your face!
Beware.
Do one more slam and then go into a pillar. Yep.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Beware.
Stun.
Job.
Good damage.
Beware.
Okay, range, we're gonna start sliding left with these drop. Try to eat up as much of this floor space as we can.
Beware.
Are we going left behind that puddle or left
Yeah.
behind that puddle?
Yeah, we're gonna move behind it. Yep, there. People not paying attention. Get them up.
Beware.
Four, 3, 2, 1.
Beware.
Stomping time!
Alright, here we go. Slide up, make sure you're in range, get that big damage. I don't care which one you guys go to next, just let me know.
Behind us.
Yeah, I'd like to go behind too.
Beware.
Go with it.
I'm gonna slide him over just a smidge. Give you guys some space back.
Range, we're gonna start sliding forward.
Gotta drop him in. There you go.
Perfect. We're gonna slide left after this to stay out of that shock.
Whoa.
You on that?
Fuck did I get thrown by?
Left.
Beware.
Yep.
Open good.
4,
Get Patrick up.
2, 1.
Here comes charge. Range, slide forward, so we're in damage range.
Why is it on you?
I don't know, but I'm behind. I'm good.
Yeah, there you go.
Grab him inside.
Super weird.
Close the door a little bit.
Real good.
Can we get FMT Patrick up or no?
I'm gonna try to take him from you, but keep switching back and forth.
Are we
Guys,
switching left?
Beware.
Yep, scooting left. Focus on mechanic.
Doing great, guys.
Alright. Good job, guys. That's on me.
Give me
fucked
one.
that one.
I don't even know who's gonna be taking it.
I'm not in range of tanks.
Alright, slide up, slide up. We got plenty of room. Fuck. Slide over. Get out of the way of this pillar because he's gonna have to come across it.
4,
Get the tank up.
2,
He's gonna charge a pillar.
1.
Slide over. Lust. Pop lust.
Beware.
4 seconds.
4 seconds. Yeah.
Now it's just straight burn. Stay alive and keep burning.
Beware.
Stone harder than head!
You have to kill him before his energy meter fills.
I got a drink.
Slide.
I got moving. I'm down.
Oh, Master, be so happy!
Beware.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Beware.
Got 2 DPS up.
It's over.
That was way better though. I think that worked out better. Yeah.
Very good attempt. So guys, this is why it's really important for people to pay attention.
Beware.
Those 4 DPS we lost before the last pillar. Really, 2 we lost at the first pillar, and then we lost 4. That cost us that fight. So if we would have had those 2 DPS up we lost on the first pillar the whole time, you know, we would have had. So melee, I know this fight is very hard for you, but there is no reason that ranged is dying that early on in the fight. People got to pay attention. With that said, good
you're
attempt.
moving straight up to orange. Off
When the fight
start?
when the fight starts, as soon as he roars, I'm running to orange. We're starting there. We're coming out to the right, and then we're cutting back around after he hits the first pillar. But really, all you got to do is stay on me. I will make the call and move.
Find square, stand on it, win.
That's really it. The healers are doing phenomenal. They will keep you alive.
Yeah.
You don't even have to think for yourself. Just move to square.
Mark, it's 3 slams, then a headbutt, right?
Double healing rain, double
That's what I was counting.
mushrooms.
I think it's damage gated too. I think the faster we push him, the more energy he gets too. So.
Well, I'm just
It's
trying to
70 seconds. He charges every 70 seconds.
I'm just trying to time it to where if I have it, I'm closer to the pillar.
Okay. So
I
all
can
you
get
have to do
away.
is watch his energy bar, 6. If you have his energy bar up, as soon as that
Got
fills,
so much other shit going on, trying to
Okay.
stay alive.
I'll try to call it for you.
He's hitting us so. Oh, on the 3rd stomp, I try to stay back a little bit. He's hitting us like a goddamn truck, so I'm popping every cooldown I got and trying to stay alive.
Other than
It's always pretty much on that 3rd stomp, though.
Yeah,
I
it seems to be.
There's pretty good pattern there.
Other
What
than
about Elemental for last renewals.
Real quick. The druids. So the shaman and I, the other shaman and I, he's taking first pillar with healing tide. I'm taking second. Can one of the druids take trank with 3rd pillar? And then you guys can utilize your tranks throughout the fight. However you see fit.
As a name.
Okay. Other shaman.
Oh my god.
All right.
Thank
Let's
you.
do this.
Good.
The other shaman.
Beware.
Gonna flatten your bones.
Beware.
Stack up, chains.
Beware.
What?
What'd you die by?
4, 3, 2, 1.
This is gonna be the rush.
Stopping time.
Get Warlock up.
Watch out.
Slide.
3-minute cooldowns.
Beware.
Clean up the square. Get stacked up.
Beware.
Right, melee group.
Squish you.
Gonna drop it.
Slide left. Get in this crack right here in between the 2. Stack up tight on square. If you're standing in the shit, move a little bit.
Beware.
Slide over.
4, 3, 2.
Here comes the next rush. 6.
Beware. Stopping time.
Watch out.
Keep your chains together, guys.
Damage is looking great.
Beware. No fear.
Range stack up in this little crack right here, as close as we can. Try to give us as much room as we can. Healers, can you heal the tanks or no?
Beware.
Okay, slide left.
Melee's gonna have a drop on us.
Fuck, I'm trying to turn him. Try and turn him.
Slide left. Can we get dunks up?
We should be
I'm
alright.
gonna drink real quick.
2 minutes.
Beware.
Yeah, I'm just shooting not back.
4, 3, 2.
It's Ooh, that was close.
Beware.
Here's charge.
Time.
Drink,
Beware.
please. Are we moving left or right?
We're gonna move right, as long as this drop looks good. Actually, where they're tanking him, we're gonna go left. We're not gonna have a lot of room of it.
Okay.
Slide left.
Beware.
Use your cooldowns. Stay alive.
4,
After this will be rush. Range slide back. Up.
1.
Back. Slide back.
Beware.
Watch chain.
Time.
Lust now. You got cooldowns now. It's the time to use.
Hellstones if you got him.
That's it.
Beware.
Stay alive is the key. Range the next drop. We are going to go back and left.
Execute.
Beware.
Kill that bitch.
I have
Watch
healing
out,
tide in
Melee.
20.
Watch out.
Healing potions, lock rocks, whatever you got. Slide left.
Alright.
That's
Phenomenal job, guys. Fucking great job.
Nice.
I got the chest.
Yeah, I got the chain.
I got a head. What does the head do?
that's the quest.
Oh,
You need 3 more.
from memory. Rip. 3 more heads.
That was a solid kill.
All I've got from this
Good.
raid.
That last one was really weird. I literally couldn't see anything because we backed into the
We
corner,
must
so I was
continue
just
our pursuit,
looking at everyone's
mortals.
bodies.
Fortunately, this mirror does not seem beyond repair. Be warned. Denathrius's
Great
most
job,
loyal
guys.
guardians still stand between
Chains get
us
rougher for the
and
Melee
our
if we get a
I
lot of
will
shit on the
give it to
ground.
this hunter
Yeah.
who somehow beats me on DPS, even though he's still the multi-target build.
Hey, well, you know what?
Alright, guys, we're doing it together. Let's venture into the final bosses of Castle.
It's got its
know these
benefits.
sites
Rapid
at
fire
all.
and aim shot is a big buff, lowering the cast time. So whenever I use,
But volley?
I haven't looked at these at all.
Yeah, we're gonna look at it.
yeah, I don't use volley enough at all because I always save it for when there's multiple targets and obviously that whole fight.
Yeah, that's why I was kind of
Even a little multiple target.
But you beat me, so you know I can't keep going.
Yeah.
And then
Oh, hello.
same with fucking
Taking all my strength to hold
Ben.
my
How do you say your name, Ben?
I need 1 second to get water.
Grishall.
if you'll let me do that.
We're gonna kill
Super
trash.
selfish.
And we're gonna have a break anyways. If you can hang out for a minute.
Oh
Watch
yeah.
the video during the break.
AoE build too, or at least double target build.
will not serve, then you will fall! Stoneborn! Strike down these usurpers!
So this is farther than you guys got last week, yeah?
Yep.
Nice.
We gotta kill
I
each other,
have-
Well, we did kill the first boss on heroic as well.
Yeah, that's nice.
Do that.
Yeah, we're gonna see how this fight goes and how we're looking on this, and then we'll make that call.
I would love to kill the Huntress on heroic and get my weapon.
You're a
as a hunter.
crazy person right now.
Yeah, that is a lot farther than.
That's an
It's like this
aggressive wish.
Second boss.
No, that
you
is
kill
an
on heroic,
aggressive
is it
wish.
not? That's the second boss you kill on heroic.
Yeah. Oh, it's
Third
just
boss,
the second
but
boss.
you have to kill him first.
Yeah.
Rock, did you know if this is an AoE build for hunters? Yeah.
Are you
On
talking
the
about
boss?
your? Oh.
Should I respec?
I will need to. I've watched all of these fights so many times, but I literally just remember nothing until I look at the video, and then I'm like, oh yeah, all of these mechanics. So.
Yeah, I watched them all this morning or today as well, just to make sure. But and something tells me this one is, and kind of the last one, but. Maybe at least a fucking Chimera shot build or something.
Just go see what
targets.
a top
You're
parsing
fine.
Korean's
You're
doing.
fine.
You know, that's usually
That's the Koreans.
that's the best move.
I mean, you say that, but I've gotten a hell a ton of information from following Korean shaman players. Like,
I wasn't being
Like-
sarcastic. It's more of a matter of fact, is what I was getting at.
Well,
being good is a cultural, like.
it's like being a pop star. It's
this all the
fucking
trash?
being
Every
a top
backup
one gamer
in
in
the room?
Korea is choice. Like you
I gotta
can't.
pee. Are we doing 5 or what? I'll go pee. I'll be right back.
Cool.
shit, we doing the break? I'll do the break. Let's do it.
We doing that break.
Can you link that video in Discord? It'd be easier to.
Grammarly can help you write quickly and confidently, so you never have to slow down at work. Instant corrections make your writing mistake-free, while keeping
Alright, I was gonna pull this up so people can look at it if they want. Since I think I said a 10-minute break, yeah? Yeah, 10. Generals. There's that, and I'll also put it in the WoW Talk channel Oh shit! Someone already did it. Different boss. Let me watch this one.
Hello, we're pulling. What's up? It's Info from Ready Check Pull, and this is our official boss guide for normal and heroic Stone Legion generals. This guide is brought to you by our supporters on Patreon.
They're literally supported by CurseForge.
Anyone else, so if you want early access too, check out the Patreon link below.
Stone
Legion Generals is the second to last boss of the raid, and it's a pretty unique two-boss encounter. There's essentially 3 phases in this fight, with a couple of short intermissions between them.
Definitely an
Phase
AoE
1,
fight.
you fight General Call while General Grishall flies around and casts one of his abilities. Then in Phase 2, they swap places and you fight Grishall while Call flies around and casts one of her abilities. Then finally in Phase 3, you fight both generals together, having to deal with all their abilities at the same time. So let's jump right into Phase 1. On pull, a tank needs to pick up General Call, bring her towards the middle of the room, and face her away from the raid while the rest of the raid stacks up behind her. 2 players will occasionally get marked with red arrows above their head. These players need to immediately move off to the same side and stay a few yards separated from each other like this. After a couple seconds, Call will throw her wicked blade that goes from her to each player and then back to her, exploding on those players and anyone else hit along the way. The short range explosion does a decent amount of instant damage, but it also applies a permanent bleed debuff. This ability can wipe you real quick, so make sure the marked players get off to the side ASAP, and the melee especially need to make sure that they're not standing in the direction of the blade. The only way to remove the permanent bleed is with the crystallize ability that Grishall will occasionally cast. He'll mark a random player with a brown circle, and after 5 seconds, everyone in the circle will take damage, get stunned, and most importantly, get all of their bleed debuffs removed. So the player with the circle should move a little out of the raid, and everyone with a bleed debuff should quickly move into the circle to remove their bleeds. Immediately after those players get stunned, several other players need to move into this new circle to help the stunned players survive the meteor strike that follows. The tanks are also going to have to use Crystallize to remove the tank-specific bleed. Call frequently hits the current tank with Serrated Swipe, which applies a permanent bleed that also increases damage taken from further serrated swipes. So every time Crystallize is being cast, there needs to be a taunt swap so that the current tank can step into the circle and safely clear their bleed stacks. And the final ability in this phase is a dot debuff, Heartrend, that goes on up to 4 random players based on raid size. This debuff needs to be dispelled, but removing it does a ton of damage as a short dot to each player, so healers will definitely need to focus heal these players after they're dispelled. During all of this, there's also an ad that spawns a couple of times. This ad needs to be tanked and focused down quickly because when it gets to 20% health, it'll reduce the raid's healing received by a lot.
Run out?
When
Or
Call
do they
gets to
disappear?
50%, she'll start the intermission where she gains a
They
buff
don't
that
do
reduces
that.
her damage taken by 95% but continues to cast her abilities. The goal of this intermission is to
disappeared by
collect
this
red orbs and bring them to
I mean,
Prince
the
Renethal
original.
here in the back
I'm-
of the room, charging him up so that he can blast
I am
away
just
the
wondering
boss's
if,
buff. A bunch
the
of
ones you
small
get
red
from
orbs
there
will drop
disappear,
randomly
like,
around
if
the
you log
room that
off
people
or
need to pick up and take to the prince. You'll also want to focus down any ads that are alive as well as the new ones that spawn in the intermission because they drop a big red orb that someone needs. Debuff needs to be dispelled, but removing it does a ton of damage as a short dot to each player, so healers will definitely need to focus heal these players after they're dispelled. During all of this, there's also an ad that spawns a couple of times. This ad needs to be tanked and focused down quickly because when it gets to 20% health, it'll reduce the raid's healing received by a lot. When Call gets to 50%, she'll start the intermission where she gains a buff that reduces her damage taken by 95% but continues to cast her abilities. The goal of this intermission is to collect red orbs and bring them to Prince Renethal here in the back of the room, charging him up so that he can blast away the boss's buff. A bunch of small red orbs will drop randomly around the room that people need to pick up and take to the prince. You'll also want to focus down any ads that are alive as well as the new ones that spawn in the intermission because they drop a big red orb that someone needs to pick up and take to the prince. When he gets to full mana, he'll cast a huge blast that removes the boss's buff and knocks everyone away, so be careful not to get knocked off the platform. Then the bosses will switch places and it's time for phase 2 with Grishall. So in this phase, you can keep the same raid position
Everyone's
as
here,
phase
so I don't
1.
know if we need
You're
a
still
lock
dealing
portal.
with wicked blades from Call, although it's now coming from the front of the room where she's flying. And now you're dealing with
So I
all of
stopped
Grishall's
clicking.
abilities. Crystallize you already know about. Grishall's tank ability is called Stone Fist. It's a big physical hit that knocks the tank back and applies a debuff that increases damage taken by further Stone Fist. The tank needs to make sure not to get knocked off the platform and also taunt swap at as low stacks as possible. A Occasionally, random players
It's
will be
not a bad
marked
gig for
spawning
the start
spikes
so
at their
far.
feet for a few seconds. These players need to keep moving to avoid the spikes while everyone
Yeah,
else
this stuff's
also
not
dodges the
ready.
spikes. And last, but certainly not least, Grishall will target a random player
Gotta
and
pause
cast
it,
Reverberating
right?
Eruption.
I'm gonna go
This player will need to
back
immediately move away from the raid because the cast will do damage to anyone in 8 yards and spawn a permanent zone of rocks. Every time this is cast, these zones of rocks will explode, which needs to be soaked by a player or else the explosion damage is done to the entire raid. And you have to drop each new zone of rocks in a new spot because the cast, as well as the explosion, applies the short debuff that massively increases the damage you take from other explosions. Put simply, drop the zones away from the raid and make sure to have a player soak each of the explosions. When Grishall gets to 50%, he gets the same 95% damage taken reduction and you repeat the intermission, killing ads and bringing the orbs to Prince Renenthal. After he blasts Grishall, Call will return, and now it's time for the final phase where you fight both of them using all their abilities at once. You can keep the same position as the first two phases with the raid stacked up behind the bosses and the tanks facing them away. Both taunt swap mechanics will be happening, but it should work out to where the tanks can just swap for every crystallized cast and both mechanics will be dealt with. The tank going into the crystallized might need to use the defensive here, and then everyone needs to focus on the blades, the crystallized meteor combo, the stone explosions, and the stone spikes, while the healers also focus on dispelling and healing players with heart
How
rate.
long do you have
There's
to
a
be
lot
logged
going on
off
in this
for the
phase.
mobile app to pick up that you're not logged in?
So this
Anyone
is
know?
where you're going to want to use healer cooldowns and bloodlust to get it
I
done.
do.
Try to kill the generals at the same time in order to avoid the enrage the surviving one would
Your
get.
arrested area
And that's the
should work
fight.
instantly,
Alright,
but
so
if you're
quick
not,
recap.
then,
Throughout the
it's
fight,
gonna take you
players
about
marked
20,
for
30
Wicked Blade
seconds.
quickly move off to one side of the
Well, I
boss
was
and
just
fan
thinking
out,
about
while everyone
logging
else
off for
dodges
a
the
sec
blades
to
from the boss.
complete some
Players
mission
targeted
table
with
stuff.
crystallized move slightly off to the
Yeah,
other
it's
side of
about
the
20,
raid.
30
Everyone
seconds,
with
I
the
think.
bleed stack in
Alright,
the
this
brown
is gonna be a
circle,
fun
and then
one.
everyone soak the
I'm
yellow
really
circle right
excited
after.
not to play
During intermissions, grab the red orbs and bring
I
them to
love
the
a good
Grishall in the
mechanics
back of
fight.
the room.
They make
In
me
the first
happy.
phase,
Last
tanks
boss.
swap
Uh,
for
help
every
me with
crystallized
mechanics
cast
fight.
and use it to clear the bleed. Healers dispel and focus heal players with Heart Rend. In the second phase, tanks taunt
Oh,
swap
summon?
when the Stone Fist debuff drops from either
The
tank.
breadwinner of the
Players
fight's
targeted
right
with
here.
Reverberating Eruption run away from the raid and have
Free
players
now
soak
for
each
everybody.
zone of rocks left behind every
This
time
is,
the ability is cast. Everyone
You're
dodges
lying.
stone spikes for a few seconds during seismic upheaval.
You
In the
liar.
third
Like
phase,
that.
deal with all of phase 1 and 2
He's already
abilities.
drafting it.
Kill the
He's
bosses
already
at the same
drafting his
time,
fucking
and that's
Blizzard
pretty much
support
it.
ticket that he
If you
didn't
like
get
this
his
guide,
mount.
support us on Patreon. We have a goal of reaching 100
is
patrons
there a
by the
mount
end of
off
this
one of these
tier so that we
bosses?
can do this
No.
again for next
No.
year and keep making
Yeah,
all
there's
kinds
some-
of other
shut
guides
the
too.
fuck up.
Thank you so much to all the patrons who support us already.
Sorry.
We honestly can't thank you enough. Also, you can find our written version of these guides on Icy
Alright.
Veins linked below.
Ready,
Like,
check,
subscribe,
accepted,
and
here's
join
here.
the Discord to keep up with everything Ready
Ignore
Check
the
Pull.
countdown.
Peace.
I can't fill it.
Kinda here, but need a summon.
Yeah, can somebody help me summon Schizo, please?
Why are we always ready and Skitzel's not here?
Fucking schizo.
I announced that I was going to change.
And the name says it all. That's all I have to say.
Spec is
Alright.
schizo.
I told people.
There is a lot going on here. I hope everybody watched the video or at least knows the fight. We're gonna have to throw our faces at this because there's just way too much to even begin talking about. So we'll just cover. Basically, if we make it to 50% and the red orb starts spawning in the room, this is the guy you bring them to. He's marked with a purple mark, Prince Renethal. Boss is going to be tanked somewhere around red, facing the back of the platform, like where you can fall off. We are going to stack on green.
Why?
Did you not watch the video?
I watched Fat Boss's video and they tanked it right where we are.
Okay, well the video I linked said they tank it in the middle of the room. So we're going to try that and we'll adjust. And you're going to face him away from the raid. If you get the fucking blade thing on you, one person's going to run to blue, one's going to run to silver. Let's focus on getting that part down first, and we'll just kind of fix mistakes and move forward and see what happens. So...
If it dies, it dies.
The blade thing in normal doesn't do a chain.
Real quick, just in case we get there within the first, chance where we get to 50% and we have to deal with those big ads. We're gonna need a cooldown from the healers after every single one of those ads, or at the end of every single one of those ads. So, if we could have Dunks go first, and I'll go second, and then we'll have Tiz next, and then Ermagerd afterwards, in case we need all of those, or in general.
Okay.
So, Mark, during that mana phase, we have to be over near this guy when he hits 100%, or he's gonna knock us clean off the platform.
The video I showed, I mean, we can just move over here and move back.
Yeah, I'm just saying he does a huge knockback. So if we're way over there, we're gonna get killed.
Here, let me make you happy.
So when he says that when we're filling the mana, we just gotta let us know when it's full, so we can all get close to him. Because the knockback is enormous. I said. Like, even if we're in the middle of the room, you're getting
that better. Is that better for
Try
you?
it out.
As long as there's a call out on the mana, we're good.
We're gonna have some lights.
Feel it out.
This is new for a lot of people.
I made a sandwich. I didn't watch any video. I just like to be told what to do.
Just
So we
stand.
killed this guy with the skull on his head.
Kill
You
this
were told what to
dude?
do. Told to watch a video.
Not by him.
What kind of sandwich?
Ham sandwich. Pepper
I got
jack.
a salami sandwich.
Yeah, you do.
Oh my god.
Your rebellion
Balls
ends
out.
here!
Traitors must die!
Like I actually have a salami sandwich.
Tear you
Yeah,
Wicked
like, I wanna
Blade's
hear
coming
it.
up. 2 people are gonna have to get over to blue and square. Or fucking blue and silver.
no escape!
You got blades, get over there.
Does it target one ranged and one melee?
I don't know. I don't think it's specific.
Oh, that was
How was the thing we were supposed to stack in?
Yes.
So that was not Wicked Blade. We don't run that all the way out of the group. You can run that just to the side.
All right, Taker.
To the movie.
Wicked Blade goes to Moon and Square. Nope, it was Wicked Blade. Whoever just ran that through the group.
Tear you asunder!
So the big giant red arrow on your head means one should go to moon and one should go to square.
I need that big thing so I can drop my stack.
Yeah.
Alright, here we go. Hardened stone form, look for the red orbs. We gotta run them to the guy in the back of the room.
Stack on this. Yeah.
Not
Stack on
unless
it?
you have bleeds.
The first time, not unless you have bleeds. The second time, every.
The second time.
Which is kind of confusing.
Nah, it's easy.
Are these
Get
the red
killed,
orbs?
big
we gotta
adder.
catch?
I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I thought we gotta kill this big adder.
You have to, yes.
Oh, I see the red orbs. No, the red swirls coming down are not the orbs. That's just damage.
Yeah. Dodge those aggressive orbs that happen when.
Get off the
kills
boss.
when he
You
dies.
can't damage the boss right now. It has a 95% damage reduction. Kill the ad.
Kill the big adder.
I'm gonna mana type.
No reason our damage is this low on this ad. There we go. That's what I'm talking
Tank, get in that big bubble.
I had to move the ball.
about. Only get in if you have the dot on you. This one everyone stacks.
Yeah, I can take the boss.
Get that. Whoever has the orb needs to take it back. Yep. Ominous, turn that in. Alright, so.
Beware. Shield yourself.
Alright, to the.
You cannot escape my wrath. Traven, you all
That's a knockback.
Meaning.
And I'm looking for a
I'll
pool.
wait.
If they say it's better
Eruption.
Yeah. Fine. Those need to be soaked.
Alright,
Oh,
so
those
that
are
has
the ones
to get
that go
out
to
of
the
the group.
outside.
Yes.
My bad.
That has to be soaked every time he casts that ability now.
Blade coming out.
Soak.
Crystallize on Schizo if you're bleeding.
Now soak it.
One.
Everyone in and now. Boom.
Now soak.
Gonna drink real quick.
Okay. I think only one person has to soak the eruptions, so just keep moving. Just keep moving. Do you have that on you? Get that out of the group.
My blade will find you!
And the next person that erupts, can you come to the tank, please?
Ranged, clean it up. We're way too spread out. Stack up.
I'll soak this one.
Soaking.
only one. Only one. It gives you a debuff, so only one person.
Crystallize.
It's on
Not
me.
bleeding. Take the bleed
Come
up
to
to
the-
the boss.
Jesus Christ.
Got it.
Sorry.
Yeah, that circle thing is the thing you gotta take up towards the boss in case the tanks need it.
We're gonna phase him in a second.
3,
When they both come down, we're gonna lust, and there's gonna be fucking abilities going off like crazy. So get in,
I
everyone
can
get in
soak
one.
this one.
Only
Just
one
one,
person.
just one.
One
One.
person.
You cannot drop them on top of each other like that. You're fucking us over. You have to spread them out a little bit so we can get in them. Alright, we're about to go. Yep. Alright, here we go. Look for the red orbs and kill the ad.
Champions, I will clear the skies.
3, 2,
We're still gonna have to deal with these blades. They should go to Moon and Spell.
Kill that ad. Focus that burn that ad.
Alright, that's the bleed. Everyone stack. Damn. It's like a two thing with that circle. The first is to clear the bleed, the second is to clear the damage.
Get in one.
Got that one.
Okay, so that right there is why we can't have them on top of each other. I just took a double hit from it because of it.
This ad is building up more and more damage, guys. It's gotta.
Yeah, you gotta kill that. We do have how many? 5 DPS down.
Soak this.
Soak with a person.
Bleed, and then catch.
I was trying to good move.
Wipe it. 2 healers are down. A lot of DPS. We've seen that fall.
So there's the circle thing that pops out. I think there's a big confusion on that. The first part clears your bleed. So if you're in there when it goes off originally, it clears the bleed.
Beware.
The second part is spread between everyone in there. So if you don't have a bleed, stay out. And then after it hits the first time, everyone jumps in there and spreads the damage with the rock part.
Yes, that is correct. The problem is people are so focused on trying to do tons of DPS that they're not paying attention to what mechanics are coming out, and people are running into all kinds of shit. People,
It's very much a mechanic fight.
this is a mechanic fight. Right. This is a mechanic fight. If you are not running DBM and watching and reading the mechanics that are coming out, you are wrong. You need to pay attention. There is no reason, I understand that is our first time we saw the fight, it gets confused, but there is no reason that people are scattered across this fucking room. We need to be stacked up. There is no reason that tanks are calling for people to drop the shit near them so they can get the bleed off of them and people are running away from them. I get it's confusing, but these are simple things. If a tank says, come to me, run to the tank.
They gotta be it to us because we're swapping bleeds. We're constantly bleeding.
There's
the circle
nothing.
thing, big circle, run towards the tanks so that they can get it if they need. Don't fully, don't stand under the boss. Just circle the boss. That way the tank that needs to clear his debuff can.
Even if you meet me part of the way, like if you get close.
Sorry, that was my fault. I wasn't paying enough
But it wasn't just you, it happened.
No, it was
Yeah,
like
very
every single one that came out.
Yeah, it's one person's fault.
It's just
fine.
understanding.
Okay. We're gonna make this really gonna dumb this down. If you get blades, wicked blades, you will go to blue. Spread out just a little bit with you and your partner. Okay. Anything else, you're gonna step over to orange. Okay. The bleed thing that goes off and the meteor that follows it, you're gonna come over to orange. That way anybody that needs to get rid of the bleed can come to orange, and then we're all gonna go to orange for the meteor to soak it. Okay. Eruption is an interesting mechanic. Okay. We're going to stack them here and just move them towards the back of the room, right next to each other. Okay. Eruption gets dropped on the side of the group. The next time Eruption goes off, the next person will drop it here, but one person has to get in the previous Eruption so it doesn't wipe the group. The third time it goes off, we will stack it a little further back, and 2 people have to get in the first 2, or it wipes the group. If you stack them on top of each other, it deals double damage. It will instantly kill whoever is in it, and it will deal raid-wide damage. Okay? Eruption just gets put next to each other, not on top of each other. Literally, the first one goes where I'm jumping, the next one goes right next to it, the one after that goes a little further back, and we should only have 3 or 4 up at a time. They eventually start deleting themselves, and we go right back to the start. Okay?
Once you soak it once, you cannot soak it again. Get a debuff that makes you not able to...
Only on heroic. Only on heroic.
Only on heroic.
Alright,
Okay?
my bad.
With that said, we only need 1 person per eruption to soak. Okay? Only 1 person per eruption. We don't need 17 people in an eruption taking damage. Other than that, ranged and melee should be pretty fucking stacked to make healers' lives easier. Let's see if we can get a little further. The intention will be, if we can get both bosses down again, we're going to lust and burn.
Try to keep the bosses, if we get to that far, try to keep the bosses.
He
fairly-
target the primary target.
Hello.
One
Big
other
ad
thing.
has to die ASAP.
Yes, when that ad
Yeah.
comes down, there's
Yeah, that
no
ad.
reason our DPS is lackluster. We have 3 hunters, a druid, and a warrior with heroic leap to get the
Yo, what's up,
orbs.
Zerito? How
Our
you doing, my
Death
friend?
Knights and people without movement ability should be staying on that ad and burning him.
Where am I going with
My
this?
friend.
If you pick,
Nice to see you, buddy. Hope you're
pick
doing
an
well.
orb up, you run it back here to Prince Renthal. He'll take it from you.
I stood here. That asshole just like looked at me and do fucking shit.
There's a meter on your screen. His mana, when you run up, it should fill up and the orb should disappear. You may have to click on him.
Oh, I clicked on him.
Alright. I'm sorry. Wrong button. Everyone's countdown. Let's do this.
Here, it's not ready.
Fine, we have 5 healers for a 4 healer fight. We're good.
Traitors must die!
How?
What happened there?
He's pulling 10k. Whoopsie.
Place a square.
Slide the boss a little further back, please. Onto red. If you
Drop
have
your
bleed
stack.
on crystalline, now everybody stack.
Stack.
Good. That's how it should be every time. Range gets stacked up. Oh, there we go.
You cannot run!
If you have Wicked Blade, get out of the group. Good, we're about to have the ad come out. I want hot DPS on this ad.
I need to clear. Why did you guys get it?
Champions, I will clear
She's
the
taking less
skies.
damage.
Yep, don't worry,
Ad.
you can burn that fucking ad.
Run that up for the
Run that to the orange.
Yeah,
Don't hit both
Stack.
things with it.
Yeah, you can't do that. It's gotta
Yeah.
go orange.
We'll
That's fine. I moved out.
Kill that.
Yeah, kill that. Burn that. That's it.
Oh, you got it. Keep going. One on the other side. Yes, the tanks will come to you. You don't have to run all the way to orange, just get it out of the group.
Yeah,
Good job.
I'm thinking about
Whoever has that, get that to the guy. And that should be, get away from the edge. Nobody should be near the edge. Need one more orb. Yep, alright.
You cannot escape my wrath.
Back.
Onto this guy. Stack it up.
Are you alright?
Wicked Blade left, Eruption goes, look where I am going with Eruption. Eruption goes here. The next one goes a little further back.
You cannot run!
I'll soak the first eruption.
Okay.
Beware.
Move out of the group if you have that. Just keep moving if you have seismic on you.
3, 2, 1.
Move back, please.
I got the soak.
No, no, no. Do not stack them on top of each other, Chin.
Oh, shit.
Gotta pay attention, dude.
I got you. I was going for the soak and had it.
There's
They're not
5.
quite overlapped. We can do it.
Alright, we have 2 healers down. Get them up.
3, 2,
Beware.
1.
I can immune
If
both
you
of
have
them.
seismic
How's his
upheaval,
upheaval?
just keep moving. That's all you have to do. I have the
I'll
first one.
immune
Can we
both
get
of
the
you.
second one?
I can
No,
immune both.
We're gonna have Ad coming in a minute. Good job, Wicked Blade to the left. Alright, Ad's gonna be coming out. I want hot DPS on this Ad. Crystallize on me. Get ready to.
3.
Yep. Stack, stack, stack.
Stack, back.
Good job, burn that Ad. Eruption. I'm taking the back one. Good job. Good job. That's the mechanics I want to see.
An eruption on the other side, just be aware.
Kirsch, I want you to soak that eruption on the left side next time it comes up, please.
Yes, sir.
Burn this ad.
3, 2, 1.
I've got the back eruption over here. I need somebody in the front right one. Yep. And somebody get that left one. Good job.
3, 2, 1.
Good job. Get that out of the group. Get ready to stack on Crystallize for Meteor. Stack, stack now. Run the orbs to. Yep, there we go. As soon as she lands, Lust. Lust now.
3, 2, 1.
If you got it, burn it.
We still gotta take spot.
What's up?
Get an eruption. Getting those eruptions.
I am bruised, but not broken. Beware.
I want General Call dying first. All DPS on him. You can cleave, but I want him
Not
dead
at the
first.
same time.
No, they
They
don't.
need to die about the same time.
Ah,
One and
Tank swap.
3,
Yeah.
2,
Yeah.
1.
If you're ranged and you're not over in between
I got orange.
next circle, you're in the wrong spot.
I got
So-
orange.
I'm
Got
on
green.
green.
Yeah, take
got
it, take it.
Good job.
Can we get a triangle healing guy? Thank you.
Keep it together, guys. We got this. Wicked Blade out of the group. Good job.
Moving, watch the upheaval.
Evil.
Fuck.
3, 2, 1.
You guys got this. Keep it together.
The tank's
Okay,
up, please.
top orange.
Nope.
Tank.
Swap.
Easy heals, come on.
Keep that tank up.
3, 2, 1.
Popping every defensive I
Get
can.
that shit out.
I need that cleared. I need it cleared.
Crystal.
Cleared.
You're so.
Stack.
So.
I didn't get it. Fuck.
Get damage on General Garage. You gotta catch him up.
3,
Yeah, you don't
healing
want
guy
to
to
die at
20.
the same time. Kill the one higher health. Higher health.
Soak. Soak. Thank you.
Doing good. This is good.
Beware.
Very good. Just keep.
Healing guy to
Watch the
5.
cleave. Watch the
Speed
cleave.
damage on big
Higher
man.
health. Someone's still hitting the
Like
lower
I
health
said.
one.
Yeah, watch the AoE.
Cleave.
Cleaves and
Alright, you're
lingering
good.
dog.
Burn it. Burn them both. Burn them both.
I did it.
90K.
3, 2,
Use first.
Oh!
Good job, baby.
Well done, guys. Ah, anima.
God
Free
damn,
metal?
you rock.
All I ever
Still
get.
killing it.
More memories I don't need. You shouldn't have.
I just want gear. Friend,
Right?
please.
I've
only gotten anima and Christmas hats. Literally, that's it, guys. I'm not
You know what I
kidding.
get? Conduits and memories. That's what I get. Conduits and memories.
What we do next?
Christmas
we
hats
do
are
for
gear.
the sake
Don't
of
complain.
all the
Look, but when I
Shadowlands.
have one, I don't need two. I'm not a Christmas hat elitist. I'm fine with any of them. They're
But you
all
gotta have a red and a
bigger.
green one. That's
The
how it
widow.
works.
That was our friendo. That was a rough fight.
Oh my god, this last boss.
I also need gear.
Alright, so if I'm gonna be real with you guys, I've already beat him, and I'm gonna bounce. But it was good playing with you, and appreciate it. Words, you know?
Vanassi, which character are you?
He's
You can
the
get-
tank.
Rockthard. Russ. I am heading out, so see you later, guys. Have a good one.
GG, bruh.
Alright.
More loyalists.
Appreciate it, man.
We must drive them back, my prince.
Wait, he was a tank?
Yeah, the tank.
No, he wasn't.
You are the key to
No,
fate
that's
of immortals.
Rockthard, the hunter.
Go, strike down the one
Oh
who
yeah,
has
the one that was
betrayed
doing
us all.
crazy great DPS.
Ah.
Look, Remonia.
That's alright, fill in for last boss is not gonna be hard.
Every obstacle put before them.
Can we get another break and watch another video?
Yeah, I'm gonna look a video here in a second.
Yeah, I was gonna say I should watch your video, not the Fat Boss videos, because you do it different.
Yeah.
Now there's a thought. We could flay
That's what
these
she said.
Yeah.
pestilent, small-minded creatures. in
Sleep on the remote.
to paint the path for our ascension.
That's the best,
We
man.
get melee warrior.
Please, Master! It's been so long since I cut into living flesh!
at
Is there any other
190.
kind of warrior?
Slice them.
A tank warrior.
Is there a ranged warrior? I need this build.
Well, I meant warrior.
Yourself, Remonia.
Bro.
Rushing
I can
one's
get a
work is
warrior. I
so
can get a
unflattering. I shall assist our
non-trinket
guests with their
boomkin, maybe.
atonement.
Oh, we
Once
got a
they have
10K boomkin
repented,
in here that's
I
going
will
through
permit
us.
you to rend their bodies.
Misdirect
send their
boomkin.
souls
Alright.
screaming.
Alright, go
I
ahead
mean,
and watch
we have
video.
200,
I'm
so
on
it shouldn't be a
video.
problem.
I'll be
Go
right
for it,
back.
buddy.
now for video.
Okay.
Guide for normal and heroic Sire Denathrius. This guide is brought to you by our supporters on Patreon. They get early access to these guides before anyone else, so if you want early access too, check out the Patreon link below. Sire Denathrius is the last boss of the raid, and man, this fight is cool. There's 3 phases, and the 3rd phase is just a straight up DPS check. This is gonna be a long one, so let's get straight into it. So the first phase is a little unusual. Everyone starts off with 5 stacks of a permanent debuff, and the goal of this phase is for everyone to remove at least 3 stacks of the debuff so that they can survive the transition into phase 2 when Denathrius gets to 70% health. Removing the debuff stacks correctly requires you to do some pretty specific things, so here's the strat we recommend. Before pulling, split your entire raid into 2 halves, with a tank in each group. Group A's tank will taunt the boss, while the rest of Group A stacks up tightly on the tank, and Group B stacks behind the boss. Everyone in Group A will then get hit by the boss's frontal, cleansing pain. This is super important because it removes a debuff stack from everyone it hits, but it also spawns a bunch of adds that do a ton of raid damage, which everyone needs to immediately nuke down. Assigning a healer cooldown to each of these add spawns is definitely worthwhile. On Heroic, while killing these adds, 2 players will be targeted with a line. These players need to stand slightly away from the raid while everyone else stands in the line in order to reduce the damage the targeted players take. It's important to never stand in both lines at the same time and never stand on top of the targeted players. On normal, the lines aren't there, so the targeted players simply need to move away from the raid. And after all that, the boss will cast Blood Price, which stuns everyone, picks everyone up, and knocks everyone away while also doing a ton of raid damage based on how many players have the same number of the debuff stacks. If you're low on HP going into Blood Price, make sure to use a personal. Immediately after the knockback, Group B's tank will taunt the boss while the rest of Group B stacks on their tank and Group A stacks behind the boss. Group B will get hit by the boss's frontal, which will again spawn a bunch of adds that everyone needs to immediately nuke down while also standing in the lines for the targeted players. And finally, everyone will need to move out of a huge red cone that's cast from the center of the room towards the boss, which also leaves this red zone on the ground that you definitely don't want to stand in. Then you do that exact same sequence of events 2 more times. Group A frontal, blood price, Group B frontal, giant cone. But on the 3rd go around, you need to make sure Denathrius gets to 70% health after Group B's frontal, but before the giant cone, which leaves the entire room covered in the bad red stuff. And if you do all of that correct, everyone will be at 2 stacks of the debuff when Denathrius starts the transition into phase 2. He teleports to the center of the room, pulls everyone into him, and then knocks everyone away in random directions. And for each individual player to make it to phase 2, they have to run back to the center of the room before Denathrius finishes his cast. Simple enough, however, you can't use abilities while running towards him, and you're slowed based on the number of debuff stacks you still have. This is why you need to remove at least 3 stacks during phase 1, because otherwise you'll be too slow to get to phase 2. After the transition, you'll be down on a new platform and phase 2 will start. This phase is pretty straightforward, killing adds, dodging mechanics, and getting Denathrius to 40% health. But now you're also fighting Remornia, his floating sword. One tank should taunt Denathrius while the other tank taunts the sword. You're going to start out by moving to the north side of the platform where the first set of adds will spawn. 2 spawn on the main platform while 2 spawn on the side platforms that are detached. Your ranged DPS will have to focus down the ones on the side platforms unless your melee have ways of getting there and back. These adds channel ticking damage on the raids, so you want to kill them quickly to help out your healers. And on Heroic, when they die, they also put a bunch of red swirlies under random players' feet. These swirlies do damage and can knock you off the platform, so definitely watch your feet when these adds are dying. The tanks will need to taunt swap on Denathrius and the sword every time Denathrius casts his new frontal, Racking Pain, because it applies a debuff that increases all damage taken by 50% for several seconds. But what's awesome is that this frontal can also hit the adds, so the tank should try and aim it towards the adds whenever possible. Just don't hit any other players with it. The sword also applies a stacking bleed to its target, so swapping like this deals with both debuffs. And the sword effectively shares health with Denathrius, so you'll want to keep them stacked up as much as possible for cleave damage. Occasionally, the sword will mark random players with red arrows on the ground and then charge through them all after a few seconds. The marked players and anyone hit along the way will take a ton of damage. And on Heroic, anyone hit will also drop a red pool on the ground that you don't want to stand in. So the marked players should move to the edges of the platform, and everyone else should move out of the arrows on the ground to avoid being hit. In addition to those smaller mechanics, the bosses alternate casting their big abilities. Denathrius will occasionally pull everyone to him and start casting Hand of Destruction, which does a crazy amount of raid damage but gets reduced the further you are away from him. You can of course run away from this with movement abilities, but we actually recommend using the mirrors in the room. So if you run into the big red mirror on the north side of the room, it'll instantly teleport you to the one on the south side of the room and vice versa. That means if the tanks keep Denathrius close to a mirror, you can get super far away from the cast in no time, and then easily step back into the mirror to teleport back if you want to. And the bosses teleport to their target if they're out of range too, so you don't even have to worry about the boss lagging behind. This mirror strategy is actually particularly good for the second Hand of Destruction, because the second set of adds will spawn on the south side of the room shortly after, and you can just stay where you are after the first teleport. And Remornia's big ability is Massacre. At 100 energy, the sword will disappear and spawn a ton of giant swords on the side of the platforms. These swords slice through the platform in all directions for a few seconds, but they kindly have telegraphs on the ground showing you exactly where they're gonna go. Getting hit by these does a ton of damage, likely one-shotting you on Heroic, so watch your feet. When Denathrius gets to 40% health, he'll start the third and final phase. Any remaining adds will teleport to the inner platform and reduce healing on the raid by 15% per add, so you definitely need to make sure you've killed them all before phasing. Denathrius will block off the room so that you only have a small inner circle to work with. He also wields Remornia for himself, which means it's time for the third phase. Sections of the room will slowly become blocked off, similar to phase 1, so you only have a certain amount of time to kill Denathrius before you completely run out of room. The tanks should keep Denathrius towards the middle of the room, and the tanks will need a taunt swap in this phase because the boss's melee swings apply a stacking dot debuff. The taunt should happen as often as possible, so pretty much every time the debuff falls off one of the tanks. However, Denathrius also occasionally casts a new tank ability, Shattering Pain. This cast hits the current tank with 3 quick melee swings, and then finishes with a raid-wide blast that does damage to everyone and knocks everyone away. The current tank will need to use a big defensive cooldown every time this is cast, and don't get knocked off the platform from the final hit. The Nathria will also occasionally mark random players and cause short-ranged AoE damage to each of them after a couple seconds, as well as applying a heavy dot to anyone hit. These players need to quickly spread out while everyone else moves away from them. On Heroic, a red orb is left behind from each marked player that explodes on the raid after a few seconds. These orbs need to be soaked in order to reduce the damage of the explosion, but soaking them does a ton of damage as well, so everyone will need to quickly help soak them up, and immunities could come in super handy here. The Nathria also occasionally casts the same Hand of Destruction ability as in Phase 2. He'll pull everyone to him and then explode, but in this phase you can't use the mirrors to get away, so you'll just have to run away yourself. And finally, the giant telegraph swords from Phase 2 will continue to spawn, as well as the huge cone from Phase 1. So there's going to end up being a lot of movement in this phase, and probably some really difficult overlaps of abilities.
It looks
the
so
biggest
much
threat
fun to
seems
heal
to
on
be
Heroic.
avoiding
I
getting
feel like
knocked
Normal's
off by
gonna
the
be a
tank
little
ability,
lackluster, just
having
like that
somewhere
last
to
fight,
run
but
after getting pulled
Heroic
in,
looks like a
and of
hella
course the
good time.
hardened rage of running out of room from the cone. So you're definitely going to want to save Lust for this final burn phase. Alright, that was a ton of information, so
Healing
quick recap.
Heroic
In
and
Phase
Mythic is
1,
my happy
split
place.
the raid in half and alternate which half gets hit by
my-
each frontal. Quickly nuke the adds from each frontal,
table's
get the
done.
Nathria to 70% health after the 6th frontal, but before the final red cone, and on Heroic, soak the 2 lines on random players.
Priorities,
In Phase
right?
2, kill the Cabalist adds, tanks, taunt swap on the boss after each racking pain, and try to aim the boss
There's
at
a
the
lot
adds when
going on in
possible.
this fight.
When he pulls everyone to him, run away and
There's
step into a nearby
a
mirror,
lot.
and dodge the swords by staying out of their line on the ground. In Phase 3,
Give them to
change
me.
position
Give them to me.
towards the middle of the room and
I
taunt swap when the
can't.
debuff drops. Position yourself to not get knocked off the platform by Shattering Pain. When he pulls everyone to him, run away. Spread out with the red circles, and on Heroic, soak the orbs. And that's pretty much it. If you like this guide, support us on Patreon. We have a goal of reaching 100 patrons by the end of the tier.
He's got so much good loot on him.
Literally, the Stone Guards and this boss have both of the things that I need. Nothing else in this raid is really what I need. It's a nightmare, honestly.
I got that.
Yeah.
That legendary signature mini keys. That's all I needed. That was what I
Jesus Christ. My best in slot trinkets are from these bosses, and I just like, it's a fucking nightmare.
Trinket.
I'm not gonna lie though, the story on this is what got me more hooked into Shadowlands than I think the game is.
It's great, right?
You're right. You absolutely right. I have been 100% pulled in by this storyline.
It is like Wrath 2.0.
Oh, which is so exciting because Wrath was easily my favorite expansion.
Yep.
Followed, although, I mean, BC was my favorite expansion until Wrath came out, and then everything after that was just trash. Absolute garbage.
Everyone's favorite Ulduar.
I mean, I liked Ulduar. Ulduar
Yeah, it
was a
was
fun
great.
time.
Freya
That was like the
was my
best raid
chick.
ever.
Ulduar's hard modes were the best ever.
Yeah, I
still
agree.
like
Yeah.
the hard mode concept. I think is fucking
Yeah.
amazing. Like that's the way it
I
should
thought,
be.
yeah, I thought the triggers and stuff like that, just everything on the Ulduar hard modes was, they should have
Really
stuck
fun.
with that idea.
It was a really good time. The problem is they're now catering to the casual player as opposed to the.
Well,
you
they're
know.
doing both. They're doing casual and hardcore. So you have
Okay, but if
hardcore,
we're-
which is hard,
Yeah.
versus like the same thing, and you just
But like,
choose different
if
paths.
we're gonna rewind and we're gonna talk about not catering to the casual player, we're gonna talk about raids that a lot of casual players never even saw, like things that only top tier guilds ever got to try, let alone finish. Like,
And that's a waste, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a
think
waste at
there's
all.
a waste for like 10%
I think it's
of
a
your
fucking
community
goal
to
is what it
see
is.
content.
That's a goal for me. That's not a waste. That's fun for me.
What I liked about hard modes is like everyone saw the content. It's just you had to trigger the hard mode to give you like that extra
Fucking
shit.
Yeah, but like I'm competitive enough to want it to be miles ahead of other people in my particular class. So, you know.
BWL though, when that 40-man hit, that had to have been one of my favorite things.
Oh my god, that was fun.
That was a
I
lot
don't
of
think I
nights
played
in there.
during that. That was,
so much
Rain
fun.
Warren?
I used to main Hunter,
No.
and BWL Razor Gore was
BWL.
one of my favorite fights.
Vanilla.
Yep, that's what I was meaning at the time.
Yeah.
All right.
Running a Sun on Razor Gore.
So
Oh
there's
my
a
god, what a good time that was.
fuckload.
Fun.
There is a fuckload going on in this fight.
Yes.
I don't want to listen to you
So-
explain it all.
Yeah, I
To
don't
be
even know
honest.
where to start. So we're just
We're gonna go phase by phase? I think we should go phase by phase,
we're gonna
honestly.
see how this goes. Group 1 is raid frames 1 and 2. Group 2 is raid frames 3 and 4. Everybody has healers. Everybody's got deeps. Everybody's got a tank. True Blue, you're going to pull the boss the first time, face him towards us, and the other group stack behind. No, we're doing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Make it real simple. Yeah, the tanks are marked. If you are in raid frame 1 or raid frame 2, you should be on purple. If you're in raid frame 3 or raid frame 4, you should be on circle. Really easy.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't even know where to start with this, so we're just gonna pull it and see what it's like, and we'll just fix things as we go. So the good news is phase 3 doesn't look so bad.
Like, phase 3 is gonna be easy because we're lesting. If you wanna, you could probably throw like the basics of phase 1. That might be fine.
Yeah,
So
I'm
you
gonna be
want us on
proud of-
separate sides like this?
Yes, you have to. Did you
Yeah,
even
yeah.
watch the video?
Yeah.
You
Completely
have-
different video. Where
Yeah,
they
I-
just had people stepping in and stepping out.
No, we're gonna do left, right.
Yeah, I don't think you watched the same video because they literally
definitely
say
did not watch the
in
same video.
phase 1 you separate the groups. So this is gonna be really good.
The reason you do it is because he shoots this big ass red blob that'll put a stack on you.
Yeah,
and
it
when you
does. I know
transition-
what's going on.
Yeah, so that's why we have to do that.
Yeah, I don't particularly understand this phase very well, so we're going to yes, group 3 circle. We're gonna have to see it so I can get a better understanding of what's going on.
Transitions at 75%.
Yeah. That
Wait, you
ad
said
phase.
group 3 circle? I'm confused
Yes.
now.
Group
3 and 4
3,
circle,
4
1
are
and 2
circle.
purple.
Condom.
3 and
Group
4
3 condom.
circle. Okay,
Yeah.
condom on 3 and 4, and
Kurt,
1 and 2
You're over here.
on diamond. Okay.
Urch and dunks.
For the ad phase, we're gonna do healing cooldowns if necessary in the same way we did the last boss, which is Dunks first, me second, Tiz third, and Ermagerd fourth. If we need it. Don't waste them.
Oh my
willy-nilly.
god.
Ermagerd!
Oh my god, I need a hair.
Do you feel better now? Is that what you wanted from me? Okay. That's all I have to input. Sorry.
Is this where we save the princess?
Yeah, you're gonna be stacking on your tank for the first phase because there's gonna be an AoE that goes out and a debuff that goes out that you need to clear and soak.
So Melee, don't go on the other side of the boss. Stay with your
Your
tank.
trust will be your downfall. 3, 2, 1. Pain cleanses the soul.
There's our taunt.
That's down. Group 1.
Your hubris amassed a debt you cannot pay. 1. Pain cleanses the soul.
Four, three, two, one.
Beware.
out of this shit.
Splatter them across your walls.
2, 1. Pain cleanses the soul.
Kill those ads. The priority.
We're allowed to help on that, right?
I prefer you
as long as you don't.
your melee. We have enough range. Range should be helping out.
Yeah, if you're gonna pop a healing tide.
Confess your sins.
Alright, group 1 is at 2 stacks of the debuff. We're good. What group,
2. We're at 2
We're at
as well.
Okay, cool. Now we just gotta push.
Kill the ads. Ads, please. Ads, please. They do a lot of damage.
We have 2 druids following our base.
I will. We shouldn't need them until like phase 3.
So we got ads in the back. We need to drop.
Yeah. We still gotta move though. Move.
If the ads are on your side, everybody should be on your side. Should be on
I
them.
didn't make it because I had to kill ads.
Alright. Okay.
You have to
So,
help.
yeah. If you're ranged, you're hitting all the ads. If you're melee, you're hitting your ads on your side. That's how it works.
Yep.
For starters, this first phase, can we take him in the middle? No,
No, we cannot.
Why?
We can tank him relatively kind of close to the middle, but like immediately
We
in
were,
the center
we,
circle
we were
is
toward,
no.
yeah, we were towards the side, so it makes it running to clear that shit very difficult.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Are you saying the outside of the circle is
Do we just want to wipe this?
Yes, I am. Thank you. Thank you for clarifying that.
We're not gonna get to phase 2.
Oh yeah, you're right. Only 76.
The last phase we have. That's why I asked.
Yeah, sorry, we're gonna like it anyways.
Yeah.
We were close though.
Do we have a res up?
I mean, it
Are we
it
going
should
back?
be right here. It's right here. It's before the Stone Generals, and that's like right before this boss.
Yeah.
Your
Clean this. Let's close him. Let's tank him closer to the center of the room. Just to clarify, if you are ranged, you are on the ads regardless of what side they're on. Melee, you kill the ads on your side. I think we can make it through that phase. It should. Now I have pretty good understanding of what's going on.
Yeah.
Good to
I think
meet ya.
Shen is right. If we roll him around that center circle area, we'll be fine.
Yep.
Yeah.
It'll make
no
it'll make
problem.
life easier for the ranged.
You're on your correct
Even though
side.
technically, we're all still stacked in, it'll still be easier to move if we're all around that center kind of spider web. Eating real quick.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Also, with those circles, get out of your group. Do not be in your group.
Don't stack for circles.
Just
These
stack them like
circles.
on the outside. You can stack them on the outside of your group, and that'll spawn the ads in those places.
Which mechanic do you think to switch off the healing cooldowns?
When we get up and get slammed on the ground, when we take the most damage, probably.
Yeah,
Right.
that's so the ads do an explosion essentially while they're up and when they die. So the idea is before we get knocked up in the air, we are relatively full health so that we don't take a massive amount of damage when we land, because you will take damage when you land. So as long as there is like one ad up, just like kind of pay attention to what healing is, and then you want to make sure that you have everybody full health before the last ad dies, because that's when we get thrown up in the air.
Copy that.
I'm ready.
My body is ready.
Got this. Let's do it, boys.
My swiftness is
Can't
ready.
contain much more.
Your pride will be your downfall.
3, 2, 1.
Pain cleanses
Back on
the
your
soul.
If you're Night Fae, you're an ability to kill the
That
Yeah, range. Represents.
get that shit out. Get that shit out.
Your vanity
Nice,
will cost
solid.
you everything.
We shouldn't be healing cooldowns until probably about the second, maybe third.
Confess your sins, lest they consume.
Out of the group with defeating time.
Can we pop a healing tide?
3, 2,
Thank you.
Those ads down, guys.
Rid my cards of these pests.
Nice. I like the placement a lot more.
Yeah, I think it's one.
Good movement. Very good movement.
Remember what side you're on.
One cleanses the soul.
Night Fae, use your abilities. If you have it, look at them.
I'm gonna drop a mana tide. Make sure to get your circles out, please.
Cannot be challenged. Your hubris amassed a debt you cannot pay. 2, 1. Confess your sins, lest they consume.
Ads.
Yeah, that's.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Exterminate this vermin.
Better on the ads.
We gotta push him.
Yeah.
Our last platform.
5%, guys.
1. Pain cleanses the soul.
No. I don't want to do that.
These ads.
Get those orbs out. Ads.
Your vanity will cost you
1%, guys. We can do this.
Healing tide. Or sorry, Frank.
Confess your sins, lest they consume.
Base, dad.
Ads, still ads.
Yeah,
They gotta
Ranger's gotta
go.
get
They
those
gotta go
ones.
now.
Yeah, Range is gonna have to get those ones on the one. Shit.
Cannot
4,
be challenged.
3, 2, 1.
Warrior, rid my castle of these.
Remember, you just gotta get to the middle of the room when he knocks the call back. What the fuck?
He's gotta get to 70%.
Yeah, he's
I thought
gotta
it's
be
70%.
Oh, it's 70, not 75.
No, it's 70.
Lied to me.
Did you think
Someone said 75.
Yeah, someone said 1%.
Not me.
I stopped damaging. I thought we were done.
No.
Stop. It's
No,
like, oh, I
no,
made a
no,
sandwich.
no.
Thought this shit was over.
It's
Give me my loot.
70%.
Let's go.
It's 70%. That was good though. That was good.
Better.
I wasn't mad about it.
I think we need to switch.
I did terrible.
I think we need to, yes, 70%. Thanks, you piece of shit. The movement was better on that time.
Everybody bust their cooldowns on the first pack.
Honestly, if we're talking cooldowns, the third pack is the worst. If you would like to be specific, because that's when we're having the most problem keeping up with the damage to healers.
Who else is Night Fae in here? Put a 1 in chat that has Wild Spirits. Is it just Hunters? Anyone else have Wild Spirit ability?
Everybody's is different.
We have 2
Every
Hunters.
class is different.
And 3 of
I
us
had
want
my-
to give the
yeah,
people
yeah.
and the
If we had fire mages, this would
So
also
boom-
be point, but
Boomies and Hunters have it. Okay, so we have 2 Boomies and 2 Hunters. I will drop mine ability on. We have.
you can alternate. It should be fine. Alternate like healers. We have 2 boomies and 2 hunters. It
Yeah.
should be if you've taken.
Alright, I will take the first one. Chin, I want you to drop the second one, and then the third one's the worst. So I want Black Beauty and Patrick to drop theirs on the third one. That way we burn through them.
Ad spawns is what you're talking about.
Yep.
Third,
Yeah.
second, 1, 2, 3.
The third ad set is easily the worst for healing. So
Yep. Okay. So that'll be the order, and then we'll just try to reset it as we have it up. So. All right. Let's do this.
I'm on the wrong side. My bad.
Let your penance begin. 3, 2, 1.
My bad, friend.
Pain cleanses the soul.
Cheers.
Should I get those out? Then move
Your
back in.
humans amassed a debt you cannot pay.
No, it's not worth it.
Pain cleanses the soul.
Jim, this is yours.
Mine.
Four, three, two, one.
Job, guys. Burn this bitch.
Grimoria, rid my castle of these pests.
I'll carve them into petty pieces.
2, 1. Pain cleanses the soul.
This will be both boomies. Big Bay.
This is only the second one.
No, this is the third.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great.
Thanks for talking about.
Your
Yeah, I'm
will
talking about
cost you
3 rotations of
everything.
lever,
okay.
not.
I got you.
Thank you.
Confess your sins, lest they consume.
Getting healing time for these ads. Starts to get bad.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Thank you.
I should have my Covenant ability back up
Grimoria,
for the next one.
exterminate this vermin.
Oh.
That was actually a good cheat.
I mean, yeah, I'm not
Spread
mad
out.
about that shit.
I juked him.
Circle behind the group.
Yeah.
Confess your
Keep your
sins,
positions.
lest
Oh, we
they
swapped.
consume.
Ads.
Your vanity will
One in the
cost
back.
you everything.
Still one on.
2, 1.
Need a
Pain
burn.
cleanses the
Whatever you
soul.
got.
Box.
Get those ads down.
Ads.
Boss, use your what Covenant abilities?
No, focus.
Yep. Here's
Yeah.
mine.
4, 3, 2, 1.
We gotta push now. We gotta push now.
Rid my castle of these
We gotta
pests.
push now.
Yeah.
Push him, we almost have it.
It is time.
Nice, solid.
Yep, alright, remember you just gotta get back to the middle. Just get back to the middle.
There's phase one.
Me
We're in the
on your
middle.
knees. Surrender.
Healing in the
and
middle
I
when you
will
get here.
grant you a merciful
4,
end.
Stack up.
2,
We're staying in our 2 groups for
middle.
phase 2, correct?
Yep.
Range DPS have to kill the ads across.
Yes.
You have to kill ads from ads too.
Yeah. They apply
Tanks,
it.
take him to the
Continue
end of the one he's on right now.
And your suffering shall be eternal.
And
Green
Ads.
ads on the side.
Ads on the side.
working on the ads.
I'm
Scream
useless
for
as
me.
BM on the side. My pets can't get over there.
Are we full killing them or waiting?
You
Full
have
kill
to
them.
kill them.
Okay.
I need a silent spot.
Yeah, same.
And do one execute and switch on the right.
You have Armory?
I need that ad on the left side dead as soon as that right one's down. Alright, take the mirror, take the mirror, take the mirror, take the mirror. That ad on the
Go back
other
through
side
that.
die. As soon as this ad dies, we're taking the mirror back across. Get trooper up.
Carve screams from their flesh.
Dodge these.
Dodge. Ad's dead.
Go through the mirror. Go back to the mirror. The next set of ads is on the south side, so drag the boss through the mirror.
We're stacking after this.
Shadows consume you.
Alright, through the mirror again. As soon as this is over, back through the mirror. Back through the mirror. That adds on this other side, you need to come back through the mirror. Range, get those ads down on the sides.
Tank. I'm gonna pop my healing time.
range. The ads on the side need to die.
They gotta go.
I cut you
Got
down.
ads now. Right hand died.
Through the mirror, as soon as this ability is over, we need to come back and kill those 2 ads on the side.
More need range to just kill those ads across.
If you are ranged, you need to be back through this mirror killing these ads.
I will cut you down.
Right hand side's almost dead. Okay, right hand
Get
side.
on the other one.
Drink real quick.
Scream for me.
Just left.
Down onto
That's
the bottom.
Swap, swap.
Massacre these whelps.
Void B. Is it 30 or 40% for phase?
40.
Feast upon these
Slowly but surely getting there.
I will cut you down.
Through the mirror. We're gonna have ads again. Yep. Alright, everyone to the left side where the ads are. Get over here.
Scream for me.
There's
You
ads
gotta
on
take
the
one
back.
of these.
Yeah, we have to choose. We can't.
Our left ad first.
Ads on this side as well.
I need to be ready.
Sad. Nice.
Watch out, dodge.
Alright, we gotta move him and kill the ads on the other side of the room. Yep,
Moving
take the
him.
mirror. Take the mirror. No, take the mirror. That's why it's there. H3, we need to kill these ads.
Oh yeah, the mirror is
Can we
definitely.
get our tank up?
I don't think so. I think we've used all of our battle res. Get in the middle of the room.
I'm down. I think so.
That's white.
Yeah, we need to figure out better positioning for those ads.
The mirror.
There is no better positioning.
Not
Hit.
just that. There was the point where I was absolutely out of range of our second tank. So
The tanks gotta stay together.
We can put a warlock portal down to one of the platforms, and me can go help out on the side ones.
I agree.
Cause we have a
Yeah,
lot
we don't
of,
have
we have a
enough
heavy
range, so
melee
it'll take it
count.
forever.
We have a lot
Yeah.
of melee in this, so we need to put a portal down the sides.
I wish we had.
How are they gonna get back though?
One.
I mean, the minute the ads aren't gonna die right away, so you just put it, melee put it one, range
Yeah.
the other one without
Have
the portal.
range focus one side that doesn't have the portal.
Yeah.
It
that
takes a
sounds
minute
good.
to kill them about, so.
I mean, there's still those two.
So if
that
we have
fall
range on one side and melee on the other with the warlock portal, we should be fine.
If not, then we do something else.
Yeah. We have a lot of melee.
I'll grip the highest damage one over there.
I can jump over and just blast one, like if there's a portal.
Alright.
Yeah,
I
we're
need
gonna.
everybody to understand the mirrors too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the mirrors
The
are.
mirror
huge.
will take you to the polar opposite side of the room. If you are on the north side and you take the mirror, it takes you to the south. If you are on the south and you take the mirror, it takes you to the north. If you are running across the room, unless we are changing cardinal direction, you are wrong. You need to be taking the mirror. When the ads come up, the ads need to die.
Can we remark the tanks? And this first mechanic, do we have to worry about it later? Or once these drop off because of DBM, are we good?
What do you mean? Do you mean like on this first phase?
Yeah, clearing our
No,
stacks.
this is first phase. This is
First phase
not
we
carry
clear
through.
stacks.
The only thing from
left,
first
right,
phase
left,
you're going to see again is him covering the floor.
Yeah.
So
that
we
is-
don't have to worry about stacking
No,
on our
this-
tank to clear stacks later.
No, not to clear stacks, but it is going to be more ideal to stack on tanks in that third phase. It's not to clear stacks, it's mostly for healing.
Right. When we reach phase 3, we can only be on the center platform. That's it. You can't be out on the sides, and we can't use the mirrors anymore. So when it says phase 3, you need to get to the middle. All the ads will get teleported to the middle also.
Oh, flask. Check your flask.
Yeah, your flasks, and you should have around 10 minutes on your weapons if you've been using that shit.
I reapplied mine before the first boss last time.
Not using my other stuff.
We also don't need to like send all melees. Maybe just in case we kill it too fast, we only need to send like a couple over. So we don't have all melees out of the fight or something.
Well, if you're targeted, you don't.
Well,
go
how many?
teleporter.
Okay, but how many range do we have? How many range do we have that are killing that opposite ad? That's the question. So then we can kind of like match it with melee that move over.
Here's the bottom line. Here's what we're gonna do. When the ranged ads come up, I want all ranged on the right ad. I want Pow War Pig to heroic leap to the left one and start beating the fuck out of that one. We're gonna try that. As soon as the right ad's dead, all ranged will go to the left. Pow War Pig will hop back over.
So, left, right, then left?
Yes.
Okay, right, then left. Okay, yeah, that will help a lot.
Look at it. The fuck? What?
I asked for a portal. He's like, he's gonna jump that thing.
Girl, you gon' jump.
You gonna yeet it.
You gon' go. You don't.
Oh, round.
Your trap will be your downfall. 3, 2, 1.
Check out, please.
Pain cleanses the soul.
That's
I used my cleat for that one.
Your vanity will cost you everything. Confess your sins, lest they consume.
Four, 3, 2, 1.
If you're not getting feeding time away from the boss, it's healing.
I love the roar.
It's gonna spawn in that third area.
Confess your sins, lest they consume. Your hubris amassed a debt you cannot pay. 2, 1.
Thank you.
Pain cleanses the soul.
Four, 3, 2, 1.
Grimoria, exterminate this vermin.
Cool down, so we gotta burn him.
3,
Yeah.
2, 1. Confess your sins, lest they consume.
Taunt.
I got him. Just don't want to cast into the space.
Cannot be challenged. Your vanity will cost
You got any
you
cooldown for hold on to
everything.
now is the time.
2, 1. Pain cleanses the soul.
Ads. These ads and push them. Good job.
Did the ads disappear?
Crawl to me
Yeah, I was
on
the
your
same.
knees.
Worth it just.
Surrender, and I will.
Now we just
grant
single
you a
target that first
merciful
phase.
That was better that time.
3,
Yeah.
2, 1.
Don't run too close.
I'll start on the sword.
take him straight down the platform he's on, straight up.
Refuse from my sight.
Get Chun up,
Can we erase
chin
the
up,
hunter?
chin up. Ranged right ad first. Right.
I will cut you down.
I can do the swap. Swap.
Right down.
Pig hop. Left ad range.
Back when it's fun.
Alright, through the mirror. Back through the mirror. Back through the mirror. Kill the range. Kill the ads. We get tank up.
Think of both.
I will cut you down.
Can we get True up?
Massacre these weapons.
We get Wipe in.
You need a taunt up?
Right now.
15 seconds.
Yeah, I don't have too many. I got 2
Gonna drink
stacks
real
right
quick?
now.
Scream for me.
Yeah, Pale, same.
Which one do you want me to tank when I get up?
Through the mirror.
Take the boss. Take side.
We're gonna have ads where we are currently. Somebody go through the mirror and get the tank back up. Ranged right.
He's already up.
We're going back through.
Yes, we're staying on this side. Kill the ranged on the
Everyone
right
oriented.
ad.
Slayer.
Beware. Carve screams from their flesh.
Don't get hit by these.
Scream for me.
You need swap? Let me know. Actually, hold on. I got debuffs.
Through the mirror. Back through the mirror.
Tanks up, keep types up.
Lord?
Can we get a...
Scream for me.
Now war pick up.
That's fine. Yeah. Mine's up too. It's fine.
Share health. Share health.
We're alright.
So it's fine.
Left hand guy is just about dead.
We're down, by the way.
Scream for me.
Swap.
Beware. Carve screams from their flesh.
Watch out. Dodge.
Come on. Feast upon these meddlers. I will cut you down.
Ads over in the forest.
Through the mirror. Alright, we are gonna kill the ads on the right side first. We are going
Swap.
right.
I have 3
Can I
stacks.
get a
I
drink
can't.
real quick? Can I get a drink real quick?
Never mind.
Everybody on the right side. We are killing these ads first. Tanks as soon as these ads are dead. Alright, everyone just run away. Run away.
We're gonna heal him.
As soon as this ad's dead, we're going to the other side of the room.
Dodge.
I will cut you down.
Take the mirror if you can. If you're in the middle, just rotate.
Yep,
These
left
ads need to die.
hand
Tank up.
We're splitting damage. 20 we killing.
Focus boss. Or I'm sorry, focus ad. Right ad first.
Down.
Oh,
It's down.
can we get the tank up? What's that?
Get in the middle, get in the middle. 2 minutes to be res, you said?
Yeah, it's
Left, let's see how far we can get. This is final phase.
I can tank the stack off you.
Yeah, do that. 6 just call when you need it.
Oh, now?
Keep those out. Keep those out.
4,
Stacking close, get right behind the boss for the knockback.
1.
Just taunt it off.
Yep, 2 seconds.
Ajay.
Dodge. Dodge. Watch out. You guys are stuck.
The knockback is
Goes
not
out.
really
Yeah.
a problem.
Can I get an innervate?
Run away, just get as far, get out of that.
Run away, get out.
Send the healing. I'm hurt.
Beware.
Hey, the guys, tank swapping where you died. Can we get the other tank up?
Beware.
We're good, it's fine.
Watch it.
Second next to this. Second next to this. Because it's
I'm
gonna
doing
spread.
everything I can to stay alive.
I know.
Yo, other Booney, can you taunt swap off? He has too many stats.
You can call a pet out. I don't
How
know.
long do you need? I can immune until I'm.
We need like 15 seconds.
6 seconds.
Here, I'll give it.
My healing tide isn't up until 35.
Thank you.
There we go.
I got him.
We have two tanks up. We have 2 tanks.
Dodge these. Yeah. Do we have a healing tide or a... Okay. Use it when it's up. When
Sound the healing.
Good timing. Second. Beautiful. I have mana side up, I'm gonna wait.
4, 3, 2, 1.
I need 4 seconds for the swap. 3, 2. Swapping.
Get those out, get those out. I'm gonna healing tide.
I got 6 stacks, so whenever.
I already got him.
Okay, perfect. Burn.
Execute.
Gonna mana
Pretty
tide.
much, if you got damage potions, anything you can use.
Get those out.
14%.
Swapping.
Beware.
Gotta hurry up.
We have a B-res getting somebody up. Get one of the boomkins up.
Dodge these. Dodge these. For the love of God.
Watch the
I got
knockback.
6 stacks. 6 stacks.
Taunting him to the middle.
Good.
Get knocked back
You need
into
to
the
pull under the
platform.
edge of one so that he doesn't take up the whole area of the explode.
Shattering Pain.
He's going to. It's
He's
the
going to.
mechanic.
It doesn't matter.
It's always a third of a room.
9%.
Fuck. We're gonna be just short. Here it comes.
None will survive.
Yeah.
4, 3,
No, we don't.
Yeah, no, there's a little
This
spot.
is a different mechanic.
That's not it. Yeah.
This is it. This is the one I'm
There it
talking
There you
about.
go. Anything you got to keep everyone alive.
Yeah.
Nah,
That
you're
third
not
phase.
surviving it. It's a wipe.
Yeah.
We would have had that if we'd had people up too.
Yep. Yep.
Alright. People
Wasn't
got.
terrible
That's
though.
really good.
for
That was
the
really
last
good.
phase.
Does anyone have a mailbox and an auction mail?
No.
No?
I have a
Most
mailbox.
obvious thing to say. If we
no.
don't die, we win.
Does anyone have
No,
older
like,
more,
I need a
box?
transmog mount.
I mean, there's
Auction mount?
3 of them up
Alright,
right
we're good,
now.
guys. I got a transmog. We're good. We got this.
Okay, wait. So when you call for innervates, can you say your name? Because I'm not sure if I innervated
Sorry,
the right person.
sorry.
You're
Mariani.
good.
I'm used to being in groups where people know who I am. That's my fault.
you're
I'm
good.
sorry.
I just innervated the person with the lowest mana, so I mean it kind of worked out. I feel like.
Generally, it's gonna be the shamans. If it's,
Probably want one
if it's a-
innervate first phase
no,
on
we
someone.
don't need an innervate first
and
phase.
the, no, you do the innervate
Oh,
early,
okay, tell me
and
how
then
to
you
heal.
have an
Cool.
innervate
Yeah.
later. You
Yeah,
can
yeah,
get
yeah, it's fine.
multiple
Then you guys have yours
innervates.
up too, then, and mine will be off cooldown even by then. It's
Exactly.
23 minutes.
The difference is we also have mana ties for the first phase. We really don't need an innervate, so we
I mean,
can
we-
use it, but
But
it's
it's
just
a
gonna be a
waste.
waste.
we have two
Unless
extra
there's 0
boons.
mana, it's a waste.
It's literally gonna be a waste. So, I mean,
Right.
Okay.
Let's
we can use
clarify.
them, but that's just gonna add extra shit. So
Let's
it's not-
clarify one thing real quick with the ad. We are always killing the right ad first. Unless you have been specifically instructed to attack another ad, you will be on the right ad first. That goes from melee
From
and
the
range.
mirrors. From
Yes.
the mirror, right?
Looking at the mirror, you will be on the right ad. Other than that, guys, really good attempt. We just gotta focus on mechanics, and we will have this. So this will probably be our last pull of the night, because several people have messaged me and said they only have 10 to 15 minutes. So let's
like
try
10
to get
15
this.
hours.
We will try this again tomorrow. So it is what it is. Let's try to get a solid attempt in. Focus on those mechanics. If you have shadow core oil, potions, anything, pop them.
I need to eat real quick. Sorry, I'm ready. I haven't eaten.
If you don't have Shadow Core Oil, open trade with Schizo, and I will give you one.
It doesn't go
trade
cross realm though.
realm.
If you're on my realm, I have some.
If you are on Mal'Ganis and you don't have one,
There you go. There you go. If you are on Tichondrius or its affiliating services, I also have Shadow Oil and flasks if that's what you need. So.
Get it done so we can start heroic next week.
I actually have last.
I will drop Wild Spirits on the first.
Let your penance begin. 3, 2, 1. Be cleanses the soul.
Does that?
Did you think you could win? Your vanity will cost you everything. 3, 2, 1. Pain cleanses the soul.
The Discord is poop.
Usually.
Swap.
Get those out, please. Get those out. Thank you.
Yeah, somebody just fucked that up. If you don't get that out, it's healing the boss.
Harmonia, exterminate this vermin.
Splatter them across your walls.
3, 2, 1.
I'm trying to get him to stand straight. He keeps moving.
Those out.
Your vanity
I'm
will
gonna pop
cost
healing
you
tide after this.
everything. 2, 1. Pain cleanses the soul.
We got a long way to go.
Cannot be
4,
challenged.
3, 2, 1.
I'm gonna drop healing tide.
Harmonia,
Why are their echoes still up?
There's a lot of ads still up. This is a problem.
We are way too sloppy. Clean it up.
That last poll was our last poll.
Pain cleanses the soul.
We're gonna try.
Did you think you could win?
Wipe it. Just wipe it. Everybody get shit and dock so we can pull again. People need to focus.
I'm not going again. I'm done.
Yeah, I'm done.
Alright, just wipe it. It's gonna be a wipe anyway.
Confess your sins, lest they
yeah, we were too far behind. It was
People
20.
are spending.
cannot be challenged.
And honestly, I don't think we were too far behind. I think he got healed too much.
2, 1.
There were.
Well, it was
there were a
sloppy
few
on that
turns
last
where
ad.
it
But
get out,
it
but
feels-
yeah.
I don't think we fully clarified. If you have the circle and the target on you and anyone's around you, then it heals the boss.
I feel like being told to get out is pretty clear.
Yeah, well, I mean, like,
But
they
really
might not
stressed,
understand. It literally heals the boss if someone is around you.
Guys, there's the link for the community. You all have the Discord. It has been a great night. We will try to get in here tomorrow and take some shots at this. We'll post something in the Discord once we get it figured out. It was a great night. We enjoyed having everyone. If you want to join the community and hop in when you miss your guild run, or maybe your guild kills a boss or two without you, you're more than welcome to. So logs will be posted up here shortly.
Beautiful.
Same time tomorrow-ish?
No, it'll definitely it'll be earlier, I would think, maybe 30 minutes earlier or so.
Early?
We're not coming in here for
8.
3 hours tomorrow, though. You know, tomorrow will be a cleanup
Oh.
day. So
We
we'll
can't
do this
question
boss for 3
that I was
hours
wondering.
tomorrow?
we'll
Do you want
post
to clear
something.
the first 2 boss heroic?
Yeah, we'll post something in here.
The first 2.
Yeah, we'll post something in here tomorrow with a time, but everyone's more than welcome. So great job again.
Did I pull my weight?
Oh, we didn't kill the last boss. What the fuck?
Hey, don't fucking come for me.
She's the healer.
We've been talking. He knows who I am.
Damn, those healing numbers though.
Yeah. It's okay. I'll take
Should
all your
be
flattery now. It's alright.
6,300.
It was alright.
I honestly had no idea that Earthen Wall counted towards your healing.
It's so good. It's an amazing talent. I heavily suggest you take it and never leave it.
Well, tonight's the only night I haven't used it.
I love it. I use it all the time. It's especially good for those when they clear stacks. So when he's clearing stacks, you just pop it on the opposing team. Although it's a minute and a half. Yeah, it's a minute cooldown. So, like,
Dude,
you'd have
I
to
got
alternate
flashed
it.
for the next couple of hours.
We got keystone cities.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Cat?
You're asking a lot. Sorry, where are the logs? Are the logs in?
I'm uploading them right now. I'll have them in
Okay.
a second.
Sorry, I don't mean to rush. It was
No,
just
you're good.
I wasn't sure.
You did well.
I know I did well. I just want to go look and review because I have problems.
Oh,
Still
those
annoyed
can't
with
be
that
fixed
other
with
hunter
logs.
who was AoE spec.
You're right, they can't.
bosses.
My need to micromanage everything that's happening needs to see logs.
Let's find shinies.
Logs are up.
I would love some druid tips to help with my throughput.
Who's that?
Ermagerd.
Okay.
Oh my god.
This really saddens me when I go to give people the work half roll in Discord, and as I'm clicking it, they're deleting the
You're really quiet.
thing.
Hi, I'll still be here. You can give me the Warcraft roll. Let's see.
Oh my god. Fucking terrible.
Oh, I haven't druid healed in so long.
I was looking at it too, and I'm like, oh, there's abilities that I don't even know what they are.
Oh my, okay, so the last time I seriously druid healed was in, like, Wrath. So, that's when Nourish was still your beautiful filler spell, instead of having literally nothing.
No.
That's why I switched
I'm
healers to
gonna
a
take
shaman.
logs for a grain of salt. Like literally, like this this hunter was AoE spec'd the entire time for the council fight. Like, and he like there
Which
was no
hunter?
point. Wreck Totem, not you, or not Vin.
Not
like-
you, the judging raid leader. I would never disrespect you.
No, if you're AoE spec, like literally all the like the ads, there's very minimal grouped up ad spots. There's no reason to be AoE spec for that fight.
I agree. And to clarify, I'm not the raid leader. I'm the puppet. Pal Warpig's the raid leader.
Yeah, you guys don't. I don't say much, but if I was running the lead, it's a lot more quiet and a little more assertiveness. Trust me.
So
I-
you're
Also,
the raid leader, but you're quiet.
I feel like I should apologize. I'm used to raid leading, so I'm really aggressively vocal
No, you're
with my
fine.
callouts.
You
Actually-
know the fight, you're fine. It's the people that don't know the fights that are calling things out that are the problem.
Yeah, I just didn't wanna step on toes. I'm just it's something that I'm used to. So I wanted to apologize if I
She's
misaligned.
been like the healing lead for my past like 6 guilds. Like past,
what I'm
I
good
don't
at.
know. Like,
Well, and I was gonna say,
raid
it sounds like
beating for a lot. So
a lot of what you were doing was like healing callouts anyway. So
Yeah.
I feel like that.
I mean,
doesn't
generally I
conflict as
try to
much.
stick to. Yeah, I try to stick to healing callouts these days, mostly because it's what I'm paying attention to for the most part.
I, on the other hand, am also used to raid leading and not healing right now, so I was probably more of an issue than you were.
No, it was fine. I don't think there were many like aggressively wrong callouts tonight.
You know, it's just people that were saying and
Yeah.
talking about mechanics they didn't understand. You know, stack him so that there's more, you know, room in the room. It's not gonna be. I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like I did not do that, so I feel better about it now.
It was fine for the most part. Like honestly, the raid wasn't too bad. I'm not mad about what happened. Being somebody who's just showed up in your raid for the first time.
All right, I gotta go find
you're
a
welcome
guild
to keep
now.
coming. So
I mean, I'm all up for raiding. I assume your guys' like goal is to move into heroics and then see where it goes from there. I don't know if you're looking to push mythics or not. I didn't ask.
I
don't
throw
think
it at
so.
anything that lets me in.
Nice, good. I am also the same way.
I'm actually really
Um,
glad that I kind of found the community because I am in a friendly guild, so I didn't want to leave my
Hi,
guild.
yeah.
So having a raiding community is really nice.
Our guild right now is made up predominantly of people who are looking to PvP and like PvE on a side note, which is really frustrating for me because I'm used to mythic raiding.
Yeah.
Being part of something that is actually pushing content is really nice for me, so I appreciate it.
I get to see what I changed though, because I don't like my numbers as much tonight.
like I said, you guys are more than welcome, you know, to keep raiding with us, stick around, and we'll literally, you might be on another server, but we're you know, a guild at that point. We'll hold spots for you, and you know, I would rather, you know, have a dedicated 20-man group than us have to pug, you know, at night. So
Right.
I am all about
I understand all of those feelings.
And Devs and Vodka joined the new Discord, so I'm assuming that at some point they're gonna jump back.
Oh, that's
There's
good.
really
That'll
fucking
be
girl
hot.
power in here.
So when I leave the Discord, I
Hold
need
on,
a
I'm
new
banning
invite
vodka
every
right
time.
now.
So should I just like stay in and AFK and shit?
Yeah.
Then
No, wait. What did you just say?
when I leave the Discord, I
Say
need
it
a
again.
new invite.
no,
Why- you don't
it
need
should
to
be
leave
on
it.
your tab. Do you have the Discord app?
Why would you leave the Discord?
Maybe
Yeah,
if you're
it
using web
takes-
browser.
No, I have Discord. It takes it off of my tab. The list on the left.
If you leave, it takes it off.
Yeah, don't leave it. Go to the bottom. and
I mean,
click the
don't
No,
leave.
Discord.
You just stay
disconnect.
in.
Disconnect
Oh.
from the Discord.
So don't
Hit
leave.
disconnect
Yeah,
right
yeah,
now
yeah.
and try
Yeah,
to
it's
come
like
back.
hanging up a
don't
phone.
leave.
Yeah, like my dude, just put down the phone. Like,
Although that
I
reminds
don't
me,
use Discord
there
all that
are
much.
some Discords I need to leave.
that's fair. I also don't know how old you are, so I don't know if hanging up a phone means anything to you.
No,
but
yeah, no, I'm
An
not.
old
I'm
rotary
not.
is nothing.
not
hang
young.
up a phone.
Can
Okay,
definitely
good.
Let people know.
I
how
know
angry you
people
are.
like that. It's really disheartening. Like,
Haha, I can disconnect and reconnect. Now
yes, see? There you go. You've done it. I'm proud of you. High five.
Alright. Wait.
Yeah, I'm pretty chill about everything and like laid back about it at this point. I used to be a lot more aggressive about like everything with the rings. I was a lot more serious, but last 5, 6, 7 expansions it sucked so bad. So I've just kind
Yeah,
of
oh,
taken
you're
a
not
back
wrong.
seat.
Yeah.
But I'm enjoying this one enough, and if things get a little too rowdy or disrespectful for my taste, I will pipe up in the night and quiet it down. People may get upset, their feelings might get hurt, and they'll leave on their own. But I'm an adult. I'm too old. I'm too old for this shit.
Hi.
Like,
Welcome to my entire world.
$15 a month to have a good time and
Yeah.
relax and enjoy the content, and I want it to be respectful and fun for everybody. And if
Yep.
I feel somebody's ruining it, sorry.
Yeah. No, I appreciate that. Honestly, I